We're back and we're alive!
Yay! And
Alright, so welcome back to Academy Futurae. Unfortunately, we have a bit of technical difficulties. Chris, who plays Nimbus, is unfortunately playing on his phone because some harsh winds came down on his house in California, and he won't get his internet back until Friday, but fortunately, he will be trying to do this over the phone, so we are able to do this today.
very
Um,
grateful.
Still here though. I'm okay.
Also, once again, sorry that we had to delay this for a week because this is a session with a dungeon today that I personally really wanted to make sure was good. So I took a week off to make sure that it was great. And hopefully everybody will like today's session. But before we get to today's session, a quick recap. So after the party on their first day of Perone went throughout the whole place to get a lead as to where Leopold and the mysterious necromancer that attacked the academy, so they could recapture him and bring him back to Perone. They eventually got their lead, leading to an old woman by the name of Mistress Miranda. She lives in a very antique-looking mansion in the upper-class district in Perone, where there's actually land on the ground. And when they talk to her, they find out two things. One, she's a really grouchy, crotchety old woman. And two, she's more than willing to blab about who the person who took back Leopold was. And apparently, it's her granddaughter named Alice, who she had a not very good relationship with. But at the end of the day, family is still family, and so while she does want to see her burn in hell, she does sort of want something in return if she's just gonna blab about where her granddaughter's hiding. So she has the party try to get, by any means necessary, a gem being sold at a black market bazaar called the Bleeding Heart. Which, as the party eventually finds out, that it was selling for 50,000 gold pieces. Obviously, there is something up, but eventually, through a series of distractions and perhaps a new meme, the party eventually brings the Bleeding Heart back to Miranda by the end of the night, to which she reveals the whole thing about the Bleeding Heart being a memento she made for her late husband was complete bullshit. And what she really wanted was to pretty much secure her financial stability for the rest of her retirement. But, true to her word, she will blab about where her granddaughter is after a good night's sleep. And that's where we'll start things off. How do you guys plan on getting up for today? Do you guys want to just go straight into it?
I mean, we have nothing really to prepare for other than, hey, point us the right direction, and then we'll go chop Leopold's other foot off. I'm being serious. I'm going to make that a reality.
Alright, so wasting no time, because this could be the day where you finally confront Leopold again. You head straight back to Mistress Miranda's house. The two Triton guards that were at the front of her estate know you by now, and they definitely wouldn't want to leave her waiting, so they just let you in without a hitch. And sure enough, you start hearing the same antique, what is it called? Phonograph?
Gramophone. Or
gramophone, yeah. The same old gramophone again. And eventually, you walk down the hall, and you catch her in the middle of trying to basically put a book back up on the shelf. A bit straining herself a bit in the process. You can actually see a guard sort of like try to help her, but she actually sort of like slaps him on the side, like, get the fuck away from it. But eventually she notices he goes, there you are. I've already been awake for 4 hours. Where the hell were you?
It is 7 in the morning, by the way. Sorry.
I'm trying to figure out why the hell you lied to us about this jewel.
I
Thought
mean,
I already told you.
yeah, pretty obvious.
shit.
It's worth a lot of money.
Ah, shit.
We're criminals, by the way.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Gray?
We're criminals now, by the way. In case that didn't register either.
If you didn't get caught, nobody knows. Besides, you literally stole from other criminals, so... I don't know.
At that point, it's liberating instead of thieving.
Your prerogative, I guess. As she slowly sort of, like, hobbles her way over to the couch in this living room.
I had to pray for forgiveness from my lady all night. Well,
You're here to kill my granddaughter, right? Are you gonna forgive yourself for that, too?
Sah!
nobody wants to kill your granddaughter. You want us to kill your granddaughter.
I want to kill her.
Why do you want to kill her?
She fucking attacked the friggin' academy.
So that's all the reason you need, then.
I've killed for less.
Now I remember why I liked you so much.
Hey.
She acknowledges you, but she still doesn't, like, give a smirk or anything. She's still, like, a grouch.
Alright, let's not beat around the bush any longer. Where's your granddaughter and her friend?
Well, you see, that's the thing. So... I don't exactly have a pinpoint idea of her location, because she wouldn't exactly tell me where her hideout was. She didn't want me to, well, get involved in her, money-making schemes. She just wanted to give me some money as sort of payment for what she did, but, well, obviously, I don't give a shit, but I'll take the money. But I do know one thing. Her base of operations are somewhere in the sewers.
Yay. Sewer diving.
Well, thank you, madam. The sooner we go, the sooner we'll get out. Isn't that right, Charlene? Let's go.
Yep. Any other locations? Like south, north, east, west side?
I don't fucking know, just ask the police or something. They have files.
Oh,
Or anywhere. I don't care.
we could
I
go.
gave you I gave what you wanted. So get the fuck out.
Well, we do have a lead. Thank you for your time, ma'am.
Have fun, I guess. So, where do you guys like to go next?
Well, if we're going to the sewers, we can go to one of two places. One, we can go back to the sheriff and see if he has bring any files of like known locations in the sewers. Possibly places that they've raided before. The second would be to go to a city hall and get a map out of the sewers. Map of the sewers.
Alright, so, I'll leave that up for you guys to discuss then.
Nimbus? Gudez? Docs?
Well, I mean, if they raided places, wouldn't they, I don't know, stop going there? I mean, kind of lose the element of surprise if you just keep going back to the same hiding spot, right? Oh, shit, I got an idea. So,
Alright.
like, you know how, like, everybody goes to Petals' parents' brothel to, do that?
Yes.
I mean, we kind of know by now that a lot of them are, people from all walks of life go there. Maybe her folks know some people who blabbed.
Well, I
Certainly
suppose that is an option. I feel like we've been getting
not a bad
really...
idea.
Yeah, I feel like... Although we feel like I've been getting really lucky with getting information from there. I mean, frankly, it was like 1 in a million chances that Leopold went to Nimbus's, family inn or bar.
He's talking about Petal, the brothel.
But yeah, but then there's also another, what are the odds that Petal's parents will also have information after directing us to Miranda, Miss Miranda?
I'll just say out of character real quick, the way I wrote it 2 sessions ago, those were literally options to, like, find your lead, and you guys literally went to all of them. So, sorry if you just heard the same thing over and over again. But yeah, continue.
Oh well. But yeah. I feel... Well, regardless, I still think if we're going to be into the sewers, I think we should at very least see if we can get a map of it. Don't want to be crawling through those pipes and getting lost.
Amen to that.
If you thought it was seedy up here, just imagine what it's down like there.
Hopefully more cleanly than I think it is. I like swamps, but, like, not that.
What crew does?
One sec.
You know what? Ironically, I haven't seen that many seeds up here since you say seedy.
Boo.
What? He has a
An
point.
expression.
He agrees with me.
You two are so very darling. Why don't we go over to my folks' place and get some food before we go into that den of filth?
Yeah, food.
Alright, so you guys head back to Our Lady's Joy to, I would imagine by this point, have lunch? Or maybe sort of like a,
Brunch.
in this case. Yeah, brunch. Took me a minute to
We're gonna-
remember what brunch was.
I'm gonna have a heckin' snack, and this time I don't mean crudas or Tox.
Go for a snack. When I come back, I want you.
Nice. Alright, so... This is Toxros' 3rd time at Our Lady's Joy having something to eat. The first time he was here, he had a giant flopping steak. The second day, he learned what a quesadilla was. What do you plan on introducing to him next?
How about a tostada?
So wait, it's not like toast?
No. It's more like a bowl made of bread, and you eat stuff out of it. Like, you get diced tomatoes, you get beef, sometimes
well, I do
another
like that
sauce.
last part, but wait, so, and you can see him sort of like try to piece together in its head. It's okay. So it's toast, and then what's the other part? You know what? Look, let me just eat it.
Just think of a bread bowl, honey.
Aw.
Just eat it.
You just stuff it into his gaping maw.
Yeah.
Which I will remind you, green dragonborns in this universe have pseudo alligator features, so He does sort of have a big mouth within reason.
He
now.
They can deep throat that
Nimbus
shit.
Mimics... Nimbus
Although-
mimics the little...
Yeah.
Nimbus mimics the little gesture that parents normally do to get their babies to open up their mouths and eat.
His jaws just unhinge as it opens like a hatch.
Yeah, thankfully, though, yesterday, you were able to convince him to not eat the whole thing in one gulp. So, he does open up his mouth, but he seems more willing now to, like, savor the meal proper.
It's easier to savor your food if you take your time, darling.
I mean... But then I won't eat all of the food.
Nonsense. I'm sure we can fit more than that in you.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, just put it in my mouth, yeah.
Anyway.
Like, yeah,
So, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, what would sound, let me do something in private real quick. Just roll something. Okay, so, when you're saying all these things, Nimbus, these are obviously, like, veiled innuendos and whatnot.
yeah.
So, your mom is overhearing this
Oh,
as
boy.
she's, like, finishing up, delivering your food, and then she's cleaning the dishes while you guys are talking and whatnot. And she rolled a perception check to, like, or not perception, insight to, like, read between the lines, and, she just rolled a natural 20.
You watch her
Oh,
slowly.
good.
You watch her slowly take off her sandal. Prepare for the chocolate.
God.
Mama,
But it's-
Te amo, it's good to see you this morning. Why do you have your shoe in your hand?
Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing anymore. Just stretching out my foot, and she's sort of, like, blatantly, like, glaring at you as she does it.
Go to
And-
horny
and
jail.
then-
Go see how.
And then she's like, "Excuse me, can you come with me into the kitchen real quick?"
Of course. I think I should go check on Snow. I haven't seen him since yesterday. I'll be with you in a second, Mama.
What?
And dashes
Oh,
upstairs.
no. Oh, no. He's at school right now.
It's... Nim, what's wrong? You're acting all weird. Again.
So eventually, though, I'm gonna say it as, like, you try to go, like, to the downstairs area where Snow's room would be, and so she just calmly follows you. And eventually, she does get you alone and goes, "Listen, I am not one to judge who you fawn over. Your sister is with a woman, after all. But in my household, we do not make innuendos like this."
But Mama, I am merely practicing what Lyra, Our Lady, teaches us and spreading the love with everybody.
Yes,
It's just-
I understand that. But I am still your mother at the end of the day.
And I trump Our Lady.
And I trump our, and if I wanted to be, I will be Our Lady.
Sacrilege.
Sure, okay, okay,
And in this house, I supersede Our Lady.
okay.
Spot where you hit me with the slipper.
No. I just wanted to let you off with a little warning. But, and then she sort of like turns back to go back to the kitchen. I do hope things between you and the Dragonborn turn out okay.
I appreciate it, Mama.
Enjoy your meal. And she just heads back.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Shudders.
what was that all about?
Nimbus was flirting with you
Know.
in front of
The
his
less
mom.
you know, the better.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Gray?
Yeah, Trellin just blurts out, Nimbus was flirting with you in front of his mom, and she called him out on it.
Wait, what? But I thought he was just trying to tell me how to eat again.
That's what I thought too, man.
So
I don't know, man. I think they're reading too much into stuff again.
yeah,
They're
like
they're both
you,
weird.
Are you? I don't know. What's a word for it? Are you like, what do they call it? Jealous or something?
I was gonna say something else. Not gonna
Well,
lie, I was gonna say something
Like I'm not
else.
hating or anything, but it's like I
Talks.
didn't mean to like put
Talks.
a rift between you guys.
Talks. Just places a hand on the chest, going up to his mouth, clamping it shut. Talks. There's nothing to be jealous of. Just tap.
Oh,
Anyway,
That's not answering his question, Trallin.
oh. Okay, I'm dead already.
let's get to the point instead of, messing around. It's so hard not to curse inside this house.
Welcome to my life.
But Traylon, I thought you weren't scared of nobody though.
It's not about being scared, it's about being respectful.
Ah.
He like starts to say like the first syllable, like the first few noises of fuck, and like a sandal like embeds itself in the wall next to him and is like smoking.
There's just a glare coming from the stairway, like the eyes are shining.
It's like the Eddie Murphy stand-up where like the mom just hears kids doing something wrong, like Bionic Woman just like echolocation.
Oh, you know what it is? It's freaking 5-volt from the gamer mini game. Just sees that like 9 volts doing shit he shouldn't. It's just like a freaking horror movie thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Regardless,
eventually, you guys have your lunch.
Trust
So,
me,
do you-
that woman could put fear in the devil.
Which one?
Exactly.
Then
And the one time she does speak up during this whole conversation, she says, "I could also be that if I wanted to be."
I thought you were downstairs.
wait,
She went back to
like,
the kitchen.
she pulled a lair action.
wait.
Oh no.
This is the den.
Wait. Then if Miss Mountaintop is so cool, how come she's not at the academy too? We could win the whole thing just like that. Just stick
Oh,
Tim's
well,
mom
that's
on
an
it.
easy question. I have a business to run, and I wouldn't want to leave my husband and my son all alone.
Aw. That's sweet.
All right, for real though.
Basically, I
You
was the
just
next
kind of
best thing.
accept that just for sake of brevity.
Yeah. So you guys still plan on going to City Hall?
Well, I plan, or at the very least, I plan to go there just for the sake of the map.
All right.
I do think we should cover all of our bases. Have someone go to the sheriff. Dreamer, was it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, have someone check in with him, see if he has any leads. And if need be, we could also try taking a trip to Sunny and Honey. Summer and Honey.
Summer. Yeah.
Tabaxi with their S's.
Sonny and Hummer.
Alright, so y'all are gonna try to split up and go to other places, or are you gonna stay together for this?
I didn't catch that. Sorry.
Are we splitting the party,
So,
or are we going?
splitting the party?
Yeah.
I mean-
I'm fine with splitting the party. I doubt we'll run into too much chaos while still in the city proper.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do then?
I mean, it's Crudez. He's probably just gonna go with whoever.
Alright.
Well, in that case,
Person Gray?
I think Nimbus should go see the sheriff.
All right.
Uh-huh. Oh snap!
Oh wait,
Alright.
I can't leave Crudez alone. Even Tox and Crudez need share a brain cell, so they're not gonna ask the right questions wherever they go.
Alright, so you guys are
Besides-
heading down to the police station then?
Yeah,
I was
staying
gonna-
together. If that's the case.
I was gonna say, cause like if Crudez goes to Luxuria, he's just gonna ask Honey and Summer for like a shoulder rub again, end up falling asleep without anyone to chaperone him.
Alright, so you guys head on over to the police station. I'm assuming you're just trying to get a hold of Dreamer again.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately for you guys, you find out right away as a particularly young-looking, dark-skinned human basically, like, goes to... Hello?
We lost and found Chris again.
Alright. Are you still there, Chris? Yeah. Alright. Okay, so, unfortunately for you, the person who comes to you, guys, is a rather young-looking, dark-skinned human. Like, probably just over 21. And he goes, "Oh, you were here for Sheriff Dreamer? I'm sorry about that. He's actually not working today. He decided to call in today, actually."
Well, looks like he took your advice. Trellin looks over at Nimbus.
Aw.
Sir Deputy.
Well, that would be me, sir. My name's Marcellus.
Well, Marcellus, perhaps you can give us a bit of a hand.
Sure, anything. What can I do for you?
Alright, we've been pursuing this perp for quite some time now. We found a few leads saying that he might be hiding out in the sewers. I don't suppose you'll be able to maybe possibly give us a few pointers? Anything?
Before he answers that, everybody roll a perception for me real quick.
Okay. Gonna have to roll Chris's for him though. Still.
Yeah, that's fine.
You might roll better.
14 for Traylon. 23.
23.
Alright, so
Yep.
we're going for perceptions, so...
Perception.
Oh, shit, you beat me to it.
Alright.
So...
Yeah, since Jesse is not narrating, he can roll for Nimbus.
Nice.
Alright, so... I'm gonna say... Okay, so... As he's about to answer, you watch as, for a brief moment, he sort of goes silent. Almost like he stopped for a thought. And then, right as soon as it's over, like for a very split second, you see his eyes sort of like cross-eye for a second, and then he just blinks for a second. It's, oh, that's weird. I feel like I almost passed out there. Damn, why did I skip out on the donuts? Oh, yes, you were talking about leads, yes? I remember Dreamer was talking about you guys trying to find Miss Alice Penderson, yes?
Yes, this is true.
Oh, good.
Hold up.
Mhm.
Did we ever say Alice Penderson's name to Dreamer?
To the boss, I think.
I believe, I believe so, because, you also got the file on Miranda as well.
Okay, yeah. Now
because
I
they were
remember.
connected, so yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
I'd like to roll Arcana to see if that cross-eyed thing was magical by chance.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna ask to roll insight.
Natural 20.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. It's weird. So it's weird. He just seems really tired. And yet at the same time, you feel as though sort of like he kind of got like you feel like a very faint trace of enchantment magic on him. At the same time, it's like very brief, and just as quickly as you notice it, it sort of like fades away. But it's a police station, so the best you could probably think is like maybe someone in the police station's kind of just messing with him.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Yes. So, about those leads.
Ah, yes. You all were investigating, Miss Alice Penderson. What did you find, first of all?
Not much. We did manage to talk Miss Miranda into possibly giving us at least a direction. We heard the rumor.
Really? You actually managed to get her talk? Oh, good lord. My, Sheriff Dreamer has been trying to get her to talk for ages, but, well, you know how she can be.
Yes. What can I say? I'm quite the charmer with the ladies. Trellin just kind of swabs back the non-existent hair.
Well, I'll take your word for it, so... What direction did she send you guys?
Down.
Oh.
Apparently, the only lead that we have is that she's somewhere in the sewers. Possibly.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Let me just go get some reports about places we raided. Maybe that can give you guys a lead. And he goes ahead and bows his head respectively and goes back to go get the reports. You got about like a minute to talk to yourselves if you guys want, but just make it brief, I guess.
Alright, I think that kid's memory is being monitored. Something enchanted him just recently. I think we need to be selective about where we're going.
Weird.
Alright, so... you can continue if you guys want. Sorry.
You there, Chris?
I'm here.
Okay. Just making sure you weren't being like cut off or anything.
No, I'm okay.
And yes, something's obviously up with the kid. I think we'll need to
What's a roll for memory? Like trying to remember something?
I would just do that general intelligence.
I will say, yeah, everybody can roll a standard intelligence check.
13.
13.
Which is funny
And I'll go ahead
considering
and roll
that.
for Nimbus.
Which is funny considering Crudez has like a +1, so he's technically supposed to be smarter than average.
Apparently smarter than Nimbus.
Aww.
Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
this is for sure weird. You don't remember Dreamer being like this. Eventually, he comes back and sort of hands down some papers, and he goes, well, make sure you don't mess up the paper. These are, well, this is sealed evidence and whatnot, but these are a few of the places that we've raided, and, well, we're not exactly sure if they would ever try to go down one of these old layers again, but there is one thing that I noticed, and he points to one in particular. And in addition to, I remember last time you went to the police station, or the first time actually, Dreamer actually gave you guys, like, a free tourist map on the house.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, here, let me see the map real quick. And he goes ahead and points towards southwest of the town, which is actually kind of similar to, in a very close, but not exactly, not exactly, like, on the same spot location, where the Black Market Bazaar you guys went to yesterday would have been. We did hear some leads about people maybe using the sewer as a hideout, but we never really checked there yet because, well, we haven't really had enough evidence to prove that there was illegal activity there. But, well, you guys are from the Academy, and you supersede over a lot of things, so if you guys wish to check that one out, then you're free to. Although, there's no guarantee that they'll be there. But, and he sort of just shrugs, but hey, if you end up busting somebody else for us, then that works too.
Boy, howdy, does this not smell like a trap?
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
I didn't say that out loud, but...
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll make sure to at least check that part out. Is there any other noticed thing we should know about the sewers in general? We're not gonna run into any abominations down there, are we?
Well, I mean... maybe a discarded skeleton of some guy who fell down there, but other than that, they're just sewers. I mean, there might be maybe some, I don't know, maybe scattered pieces of glass that you want to be careful not to run on, or maybe some electrical equipment won't work, but...
And miles of shite.
Well, we definitely like to pride ourselves in having the hallways cleanly, at least. Well, at the very least, you won't have to worry about, I don't imagine you would find yourself having to go into the water proper, but at least the water coming down isn't bad. Some of the water from up above in the city proper pours down there as a way to sort of, well, make sure that, and he sort of, like, gags a little bit and plugs his nose. It's like, look, there's gonna be clean water going there, too, so it shouldn't be that bad.
So basically, all the fountain water is flushing out the sewers, essentially.
If you want to put it like that, yeah. And again, he sort of like gags. It's like, why am I talking about this?
Well, we have our leads.
Yes,
Yep.
very sorry Sheriff Dreamer himself couldn't be able to help you, but I hope this will suffice.
Hmm. So, is there any particular opening that we should go to for this one spot?
Well, according to the map here, there's about, let's see here, he sort of like ticks with his tongue as he sort of like points out, goes, right here. This should be a manhole going down.
And 19 insight.
So, 19 insight. It's strange. So, earlier you saw, you know, his eyes sort of like bug out for a second. But like, and yet, when he's pointing this out, he doesn't seem to give off the impression of being affected by magic this time, even with that high of a roll.
Damn, wasted a 19.
Although you know what I'm about to waste.
There could be construction around the area, so be careful. The government of Perone has been wanting to renovate the place for a while, but, well, there's too many shady characters there, and, well... And he sort of just sighs. Dreamer and I talk about this a lot, but, well... Don't tell anybody I said this, of course, but... The police force isn't exactly... that good. I mean, we try, but it's a matter of there's too many of them. We wouldn't want to wage war on the streets when the streets are what brings people to Perone in the first place.
I mean, it's not exactly news that Perone has a criminal issue. I mean, when it gets to the point...
This conversation's going on, can I make a perception check to
Sure.
see if I can find anybody, you know, casting magic or something of the like while we're having this conversation? Sorry, Gray.
Sure. And you rolled an 11. As far as you know, so you guys are having this sort of in a workers' lobby, like basically, like Marcellus basically had this conversation with you in like their break room, and there's about 7 or 8 people basically on, you know, break and whatnot, and yet you can't really tell if any of them are trying to cast magic, or at least are being subtle about it.
I mean, does he notice Crudez trying to cast detect magic?
Oh, is Curtis casting detect magic?
Yeah,
So-
like literally right above the thing.
Oh, okay. Alright, so I wasn't looking at that. Alright, so... So it's weird. You know from Traylon that, you know, he definitely felt like something was up. And yet, when you start to detect magic, you don't see any magic. Not even in Marcellus or anybody else around.
Bummer. He just kind of sitting there with like a, I want to say confused frown on his face, but he's just sitting there like, huh. Thought I was onto something. Well, shit.
Well, darn.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, darn.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Well, in any case, is there anything else I can do to assist you all?
None comes to mind. Pretty sure whatever we
Alright.
find down there is something we'll just have to deal with.
Right. I apologize that we we aren't able to help you with this as much, but I do hope that the intelligence does help you all navigate. I will say, the surrounding area of the bases, assuming that it's occupied, might have some sort of traps that they string together. Sometimes they're perhaps traps that they construct on their own, or it's traps that were already homemade and they have to, well, hide them in plain sight because they don't exactly fit the walls of a sewer. But other than that, if they are in this location, they should be somewhat closed in together, I would imagine.
So expect close quarters, tight spaces.
More
Traps.
like expect. What's a good way to put this? More like expect maybe resistance the further you get in, because they're probably all grouped together, so you might encounter them sooner than later.
Well, I prefer sooner than later. Regardless, thank you for the help.
Oh, my pleasure. I've actually been working here for about 2 months, but Dreamer put in a good word for me, and, well, I like to think I'm doing a good job, and, well, I don't know, maybe I can talk Sheriff Dreamer into, I don't know, maybe a bit of a promotion if this actually turns out to be what you're looking for.
I'm sure it will be. Anyway, we're probably gonna go in there right now. Probably head north, check around, see what the base is. Later.
Yes, farewell. And, he does... He tries to do the same thing Dreamer did with you guys and offer you free donuts, but you kind of just head out before he, like, gets the chance to, like, get you one.
Good
And
luck,
he's sort of like,
darling. Keep up the good work.
I'll try, and he sort of, like, defeatedly puts the donut in his own mouth. Alright, so you
Once-
guys now have a lead and a direction.
So I'd say once they're like out of earshot, Crudis is just gonna kind of blink a little and like, hey, anybody find it kind of weird that he said he's a deputy, right? But he's been working what, 2 months? Did anyone find that a bit weird?
Okay, let me just stop you right there. I
Oh.
fucked up.
Okay.
I just thought of sheriff and deputy because they sound like police things. So, whatever is sort of the equivalent of being like an apprenticeship to like a higher member in the police force, that's what he would be. I don't know if that'd be like a private, but it's more something like that. Sorry.
Well, don't worry. To be fair, I feel like this is just kind of a thing for Crudez anyway. It's just like he thinks he's onto something, but it just kind of fizzles out. Like, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, sorry
Besides-
about that.
Besides,
Yeah.
it's not canon. Crudez wouldn't know that because he doesn't know what a sheriff is to begin with. So
Yeah, exactly.
That works
but,
too.
That's it.
Yeah.
but seriously, though, moving along here.
That said, this absolutely reeks of a trap, doesn't it?
oh, absolutely. That's why I told him that we were going there right now and heading north.
Yeah, and in fact, I think we should see the you-know-who troop. Maybe see if they know anything.
Oh, you mean Pedals Gang? Sure. Well,
The
they're out of
walls have
earshot.
ears.
What?
What? They just do it. They just say it together. Just what? cool. Where are they?
Well, their usual hangout would be the same place where we found them. Actually, yeah, didn't we, like, see them, like, doing some weird dance-off or something the first time we tried to go to Miranda's place?
They're probably still around that area.
Yeah, Royal Guard and all that, yeah.
Inserting Team Skull theme.
So you guys do take the trip to go all the way back to the Upper District to find Petals' gang, yeah?
Yeah, seems like a good choice.
So let's see here. I will say when you do hold on one second. Not searching for music, I'm just checking something real quick. Getting a name.
Gotta check the notes real fast.
I know.
But that's DM life in a nutshell. I'm not making fun of you for it.
Cries.
Oh. Oh.
Cries and will soon share that struggle.
Listen, there's a lot of notes involved in that kind of stuff. Like,
Listen, this is on me for not keeping track of this.
Listen, I was
This is
just
a
about
me
to.
thing.
Listen, I was just about to compliment how DMs are like good at being able to keep track of that shit when like most players can sometimes barely struggle to keep track of their own spells.
Yeah. Which is why I never recommend anybody play Wizard as their first time playing D&D.
I mean, Wizard is at least manageable. Meanwhile, Cleric and Druid, we're getting off on a tangent here.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Alright, so let's see here. Alright, so when you get over to the Upper District, this time you do have to go further in the alleyways to find them.
God, what was that?
I don't know, I guess it's phone. But anyway, this time you kind of have to go further in to find them. No, Chris, it's fine, it's fine.
I think the insinuation is that it's something he has to continue doing for a little bit,
Okay,
which
right,
is
right.
why.
But anyway, you have to go further in than usual, but eventually you do see Edge and then about several of the other alley cats, so to speak. They're just lounging around. They actually have some sort of like makeshift living area in a way. Like there's sort of like mattresses and torn up couches around that they sort of set up. And Edge is like, oh, hey, how'd the black market heist go?
Swimmingly. Anyway, we have a little bit of a lead. How well do the sewers...
Yeah. Good old Piss Turtle told me all about it.
Is that seriously his name?
Nah. It's just what I want to call him today.
Hmm.
What, did he do something bad or something?
Nah. It's just, you know how it is, a pet name. His name's Nanu, but, you know. He is the preparer of the rites.
Alright, well, tell Piss Turtle that we said hi. Anyway, how well the sewers do you guys... how well with the sewers are you?
Oh, so you want to go snooping, huh? Where at?
Well, the sheriff department gave us this lead, as he points towards the location on the map. I don't know about you, but it sounds like a massive trap.
Alright, so he goes ahead and takes a look at the map. Oh, it's near the Black Mark. Alright. Yeah. I'm sure he probably told you that the place is full of construction, but you don't need me to tell you that. You probably saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's really only one So, here's the thing about the sewers, alright? So, you've been on the watery parts of town, right?
Aye.
Of course you have. It's like almost the whole town. Underneath every single one of these blocks here, and he sort of like points to like places you've been before, which all were like on city blocks that floated over the water in a way. All these city blocks here, they kind of have their own sewage system. So they're not exactly mazes. It's kind of why a lot of kind of like why people like us sort of like sometimes use them as just makeshift hideouts, and hell, some people just squat there and make a house for themselves. Because if you can put up with the shit smell, then no one else is gonna come down for you. So, I would say there's really only one way in and one way out here. But I'm trying to think. So, who exactly were you trying to find again?
Miss Miranda's granddaughter, apparently. What's her name? What was it?
Alice.
Alice? Her name's Alice.
Well, now that you mention it, there were rumblings. Well, we already told you this. There were rumblings about the current regent kind of getting annoyed with this Miranda woman. Basically, her getting all angry and defensive for, like, rent payments and whatnot. But it was strange. Didn't really see her working. She did kind of show up. Yeah, she probably got her money from her, if I had to guess. But, well, here's the thing, right? So, there's kind of two levels of crime here. You have the guys who are from all over the world who basically set up shop here and pretty much run businesses, run their operations under the guise of being businesses. And then you got guys like us who are just pickpockets. So, guys like us, we don't really mess around with the big picture stuff. You know, we just take what we need to survive. Well, that was until Petals became Duchess and we're the Royal Guard now, and everybody sort of like snickers at the whole thing, like smarmy Team Skull guys. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck she does, but we make it a policy not to mess with them.
So we're dealing with organized crime syndicates at this point.
Something like that, but I have no idea how deep the rabbit hole goes here, though. So, as far as I'm concerned, if you're really gonna go down there, I'd say be prepared for anything, because who knows, it could be just a hiding spot, or it could be just, well, a whole full-fledged operation there. But hey, if you're going down the ladder, then you got a way out.
Well, so if that's the case, you said there was only one way in and out, correct?
Yeah, and he points to the map again. There's a manhole here. This is what leads to the sewer system here. Everywhere else, kind of under construction, but this one here, and he points to it. I know this one here is still open because people have to maintain the sewers somehow. Well, I think they would anyway, but you know that part of town. Nobody wants to touch it.
Well,
You
then I guess.
remember that sign when you came into the bazaar? How they
Uh-huh.
were covering the construction? Yeah. There's a reason why. There's too many people there.
Well, I'd much prefer to go in with this other entrance rather than the one that the sheriff gave us.
Fine by me. Just, be careful. Petals likes you guys. Well, enough for you guys to take part in the initiation. So, as far as I'm concerned, you guys are one of us now. So, you guys be careful.
All right. Anything we should prepare to bring in there?
I mean, you guys are pretty armed to the teeth, more than we'd ever be.
Are there
I
any
think
explosives here?
Oh God.
What?
Explosives. Who sells explosives in this part of town?
The fuck? I don't fucking know. Why would you need that?
Do you want the whole of the sewers to collapse in on us? You realize we're going into an enclosed space, like a cavern, right?
I mean, I could just toss it in there and close the hatch.
Well, you could, but then, well, the whole sewer system would collapse, and well, it would make the whole block that it's underneath sink into the ocean.
Yeah, as fun as that idea sounds, I don't think it's a good one.
Nah, let's not do that.
Alright.
Let's not create the Gnomish Rose Mark II just yet.
Oh no, I've already made the Nomashoros Mark II already, but that one's pretty sure that one breaks the Geneva Convention.
I'll trail and commit more crimes. I think that's the. Never mind.
All right, so you got your advice from Petals' gang again. Is there any other place you need to go?
Let's go back to Summer and Honey so I can get my free fuck. No, let's head to the manhole.
All right, so when you guys head back down towards the southwest part of town, you basically take the same route you would have towards the Black Market Bazaar, making sure you don't fall into any loose floorboards on the boardwalk. But this time you go past it and over a very, very, unkept stone bridge to get to the next block. And this block looks totally deserted. It looks like a New York project floating on, water.
Ugh.
And it's about as unkempt as a project would be. It's like all the buildings are empty. There's random shit everywhere. But you do see other signs that are being covered with tarps. There actually is a series of them in a circle that are covered with a long tarp covering the floor in between all of them.
Well, that's probably our manhole.
Really? Yeah, I thought they looked different.
We don't really have a sewer system, so I'm kind of new to this. How's this work?
Well, I'll tell you. The first thing you do is you open up the manhole. You make sure that you make sure to use plenty of lubricant like oil. And then you just slip on in.
I smack Nimbus on the side.
I'm not
What?
wrong.
like, but what if I don't have anything like that?
Then you're going raw. Now, come on! Enough messing around.
So eventually you put two and two together and find out that the tarp on the floor is obviously covering a manhole.
Alright.
Sure enough, the other signs are just more construction signs. Like, don't go here in the middle of a construction zone, even though nobody's here.
I mean, could they be any more fucking obvious about it? Alright. Do I have a crowbar? I'm pretty sure I do.
I'll say, you don't necessarily need one. This is just a full-on, just regular old manhole that you can just pull up and down, or just to the side or whatever.
Alright, well, someone with a positive strength, open it up.
I'll do it.
Alright, I'll go ahead and roll a general strength for Nimbus then. Well, you only rolled 11, but that's more than enough. So, it's a manhole cover made out of, solid stone, so naturally it is about, like, 10 or 15 pounds to make sure nobody accidentally steps on it and makes it, like, go uneven and they just fall in. But, you get it off easy enough, and there is a ladder going straight down.
Alright. Tox, since you're the biggest one, you go first.
Alright. Sure. And he sort of, like, cracks his knuckles and takes the lead and starts to delve down into this ladder.
I stand on his shoulders the whole time.
Well, thankfully, to quote Scott Steiner, thankfully Toxeros is a genetic freak and holds your weight perfectly fine.
That's why I made him go first.
Yeah, and with that, we will shift maps and shift music. Alright, so you should see an open spot in the middle right there. Go ahead and put your tokens there. I'll go ahead and put Nimbus there first.
Alright. I'm gonna try and stream from Discord so that, Wait, Chris, can you see, Picardo just fine? Or should I,
Hang on.
There we go.
Oh, okay, there we go.
It's
Alright.
a little slow, but I can see it.
Alright, so you'll see from Gray's point of view that you're in this part. So go ahead and place some tokens down, and I will go ahead and put down a makeshift token for Tox.
I can get that if you want.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. Then one for Crudez as well.
Yoink.
Right. Okay, so while Jesse is getting a token for Tox, I will continue for here. So, when you go down into the sewers, once everybody is down there, it looks like a long hallway, or just walkway, sorry, long walkway with just water rushing underneath them at various points. In fact, you can see over the sides, with a safety railing on the edges, of course, there is, sure enough, running water. Slightly brown, but it's definitely not...
Shit water.
Yeah, Marcellus is right. It's definitely a lot more cleanly than one would think of a regular old sewer.
It's
The
mostly
power-
water.
Yeah, it's at this point, yes, it's just mostly water. So, at the moment, all you can see is sort of this hallway. In fact, let me just go ahead and do this here real quick.
Oh,
The
Tox, you look
hallway.
like real buff and less detailed compared to the rest of us. Whoa.
I guess it's like a lighting thing.
Uh,
See,
I heard-
It's trying to get us on
I heard-
even more.
I heard that weird tiefling guy at the academy called it like meta humor, I
Locatus?
think.
Oh wait, say that
No,
again. I'm sorry.
The tiefling kid that like did
Oh,
like the weird
Spooky
shit.
Mookie. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. I did.
I did not because I made him.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
And I want him to be important. But anyway,
Yes. But in the,
So-
in the meantime,
yeah. So at the moment, all you can see is pretty much a long hallway. There doesn't seem to be an obvious way forward, but you do see several different you do see several different that are around this place.
Well, let's
Mhm.
head. Let's pick a direction, left or right.
I don't know, let's try, and he sort of, ponders this as, let's go this way, and each points down the hall that way.
All right. Guy with the sword, you go first.
Alright, leave it to me. Gonna make Juju proud. And
yeah, we gotta do like the song says and go to the left, to the left.
so,
Oh, no.
at,
Boo.
on this side of the hallway, there are about 2 different doors.
So there and there.
Yep.
Don't forget to move Nim's token.
Yeah, I also have to
But
switch between. I have to switch between moving
yeah,
tokens and then clearing areas because I have control over the fog of war.
okay.
All right, let's check out this first room on the left.
Ping that for me.
Alright.
All right, so naturally you urge Tox to go in and open, and do you instruct him at all to sort of? Do you instruct him at all to do this discreetly?
I feel like I have to, and I tell him, all right, do it lightly. We are trying to be stealthy.
All right, let me see here. So. Okay,
What?
so Tox nods and he brings his hand to the knob, which is a giant stone, sort of gate, where sort of like a giant stone gate that you would see for well, if any of you played 7 Remake, then you know how some of these sewer doors are, where they're made out of stone and whatnot. So when he starts to open, you hear. He rolled a natural 1. But when he opens the door, oh, wrong one.
Yep.
When he opens the door here, there doesn't seem to be anything in this direct hallway other than maybe some shattered pieces of glass, maybe a little bit of a few porcelain figures that are cracked. Yeah, something like that. Thank you, Jesse.
Oh,
But it continues this way.
All right,
yeah.
I got this. Starts kind of sucks, but I got this. And he goes ahead and steps forward. This time he rolls much better as he gets to about here. And alright, so. Damn it, wrong one. Stop. Let me reveal the light to my friends. Alright, so.
Nah.
When he looks throughout the. God! Please! Thank you.
Gotta use the
Alright.
top one.
I know! Alright, so while that's going on. Alright, so. Yeah, we lettered all these runes because of course we did.
It's like a real D&D map.
Yeah.
Yay!
So halfway so Toxaros goes ahead and looks halfway down this tunnel, and they just see just nothing but garbage everywhere. Go ahead actually, and everybody roll a perception. I'll roll for Nimbus.
Alright. Perception.
Alright.
20.
Is that
Trent,
Oh,
you
what
did
the
it!
fuck? There's a pop out here now. Okay. That's weird. But anyway, 12 for Crudez, 9 for Nimbus, but a 20, a soft 20 for Gray, or Traylon. He sees this then. You see a flat on the ground, facing downward, Tabaxi, pitch black colored Tabaxi, who is not moving at all. And around him are various pieces of garbage, but they're all arranged by color, interestingly enough. Is he dead? Or is it a he? I can't tell.
Boop. Do I have... About how close do you think I would need to get to make a medicine check?
You would have to get about, I'd say, 5 or 10 feet. The body would be about, like, right here.
Ah.
Right below the V. Your body.
Hey, anybody want to come with me while I check? See if they're okay?
Yeah, I'll go.
Cool.
Alright, so how do you guys want to do this?
Carefully, just in case they're still asleep.
Roll more stealth?
Sure, but I need to see if I can. Although no, I feel like in the time it takes me to cast Ritual Cast Pass Without Trace, they're gonna be up and around anyway, so we may as well just roll
Just
base
go.
stealth. Yeah.
Alright, so
17.
the 17, and that will be a flat 10 for Tox.
Oof.
Alright, so...
As graceful as a water buffalo.
Not good, but not bad either.
Yeah. Alright, so... You approach this fallen body, and as you get closer to it, you notice that this body of a tabaxi looks disgusting. In fact, you from the distance that you looked at the body, it looked black, but now as you got closer, it's kind of hard to tell if it actually is black or not based on the lighting. You kind of see it's like there's algae growing on like patches of his fur, giving him like a almost kind of like a sickly green color. And you can also see patches of his fur sort of missing, and there's a part of his tail that's sort of like bandaged in a bunch of places.
Although I guess I don't really need to worry about like light source because dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was gonna suggest use like Druidcraft to like light things up while I work, but probably don't need to. So I'm just gonna roll a medicine check from here.
All right, so let's see here.
15.
Okay, 15. So as you're sort of as you sort of like get close to examine the body, you right as you're doing this, you sort of as you're doing this, you're examining the body and you think, huh, it's still breathing. And then right as you have that thought, you inadvertently sort of like touch one of the pieces of garbage that's like near this body.
Ugh.
And then all of a sudden you just see its head like pull up from the ground and goes, "Don't touch!" without paying. And then as he says that, you see suddenly this mangy looking tabaxi jump up and pull a cord that was right beside him. You see a lamp ignite over him and illuminate the entire tunnel. And then with the lighting, you can now see next to him a wooden sign with white painted words that read, "Scav's Wonderful Sewer Import." And then the sign ends because there's no space. And then there's another piece at the end with IUM crudely nailed to the side. Welcome everyone. You're my first customers in a long time. I'm Scavenger, but my friends call me Scav. You can call me Scav, right? We're friends, right? Please call me Scav.
Okay, Scav. So,
Can I make a history check and see if I've ever heard of this guy?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I recognize this song. It's frickin' Genocide Route 10 Village.
Yep. I picked this version specifically because of how derpy it sounds.
Oh god.
Sounds like magic. Alright, we need to roll for the history, you said, Chris?
Yeah, I can do it.
I got it.
Yes.
Aw.
Use my roll.
We will take the 14.
Yes.
14.
Yay.
Let me just refresh roll 20. But as I'm doing that, so with a 14 in history, you know that there are very low-class people in Perone. So naturally they would, do all sorts of things to survive, like squatting in these empty buildings, selling stuff at that black market bazaar that you were yesterday. Some people tend to squat in some of these empty sewers just because of the fact that nobody wants to go in them.
It's free real estate.
Exactly, it's free
Poverty.
real estate. And
Poverty, how I missed you.
but you don't understand why this guy seems to have a shop in the sewers. You didn't exactly see any, advertisements, so to speak. Also, just as a quick thing, when he brings his face up from the ground, you notice that his whiskers are all crooked and his eyes are almost like bright yellow all around. Well, are you gonna buy anything? Huh?
Sure, what you
I got plenty of things for you to take a look at. Please look at them.
Okay. He's just kind of unnerved a little bit, but mostly from, surprise, as opposed to, because, Crudez is practically a weird guy himself, so weird people, I want to say don't bother him too much. Maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Meanwhile, Trellin's just over here.
Buddy.
Yeah, Trellin's just over here, keeping his bow ready.
Traylon, why don't you come over? Maybe you can find some stuff for a Gnomish Rose Mark III.
Oh, you brought more people with you. Oh, splendid. Please, come take a look.
Okay.
Hey, Scav, buddy, are you hungry?
Hungry for business, yes. And maybe
I'm
some
gonna-
chocolate.
I'm gonna give him a sweet roll.
Oh.
You watch as, like, so you hand him this sweet roll, and the second it gets into his hands, it's almost like a piranha, where it's like, he immediately just is like, just fucking just devours this whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought so.
Alright.
So,
So,
would any of you like to shop?
what does he
Yeah.
have for wares?
Well, for that,
Uh,
roll a D100, please.
yep, roll a D100.
An 11.
11. Okay, so Traylon, you're like, okay, this poor guy is selling all sorts of things. So you just figure, okay, I'm just gonna humor him and just play along. You attempt to sort of like browse through things, but again, this place is nothing but like trash and shattered stuff. And you try to like pick up what is essentially half of a vase, and you accidentally sort of like cut your finger with it. You take 1 slashing damage.
Damn it!
Anyone else want to try?
Sure.
Roll a d100. 48. So, going from Traylon's example, you decide not to look through the very obviously, like, broken and... yeah, the obviously sort of, like, broken and shattered things that could, like, give you a cut. So, you decide to look through the jewelry that's actually intact, and it's about what you expect. It's really dingy and it's really dirty. Roll a perception for me real quick.
Alrighty. It's a healthy +4 as always.
Alright, 18. You have a... so... you're not sure how he got this? You're not sure about anything about him, to be honest? But... this is somehow just authentic jewelry. It's just, like, horribly dirty and, like, out of condition. But this seems to be somewhat real gold.
Wow. Just as you said.
I
terribly
can sell that to you for 1 gold piece!
He's just, Critis just kind of eyeing it up a little bit, just like, huh, I don't know, maybe we can, this part he's thinking right now, by the way. He's just thinking like, maybe take it home and like, clean it up a little bit, make it a nice souvenir of the trip. And then out loud, he's just like, sure.
He sticks out both of his hands and goes, 1 gold, please!
Alright, so he takes out 1 and then pretends to drop 9 more. Oh no, I dropped 9. You can keep it though. Wink,
Oh,
wink.
and then you see him sort of like crawl over to you to collect the money and then immediately scamper back to his original position.
Real subtle prudent.
Ah, you're most kind! And you can see as he's saying this, one of the gold pieces that you gave him is in his mouth. He's sort of chewing on it.
Oh jeez.
So Tox is gonna go ahead and do a D100 himself, which is great because I haven't used this D100 on real dice in forever. That is That is cocked. So let me just fix that.
Eh,
Alright. 41? Sure enough, Tox also finds a very like dingy looking necklace. And he's also sort of he's also generous enough. Yeah, the second he picks it up, you can hear Scavenger also say again, "That'll be 1 gold piece!" And Toxeros flicks him a coin, and you watch as Scavenger actually catches it with his mouth and swallows it.
oh, jeez.
Nimbus, do you want in on this?
Sure.
All
I'll
right.
roll a D100.
Alright, D100. I'll go ahead and roll that for you. 53. Alright, so you're at least happy that he seems delighted with all this money that he's making right now. And you see a glimmer thing in like one trash pile in particular. You actually sort of like try to reach inside, but the shutter of your hand makes a whole pile sort of like sink to the side. And Scavenger doesn't look peeved at this at all. And then when you pull it out, it's a potion of healing.
Wow.
The contents actually look preserved, and the seal's perfectly tight. The surrounding glass on it is a bit tinged, but that's only the outside. As far as you can see, this is actually a full-on preserved potion of healing. That'll be 1 gold, please!
I'm gonna give him one. And then
Can you say that? Can you say that again? You're kind of distant.
I'm going to flip him a gold piece, like one would flip a coin, and then I'm going to use a sleight of hand to put one in his hand while he's watching the other one fly through the air.
13.
So,
By-
yeah,
By another one, I mean 9
13.
pieces.
Let's see here.
Another one, you mean what?
9 pieces.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, sure enough, you flip up the coin, and then he catches it in his hand, and when he opens it, he sees, what was it, 9 extra?
Yes.
You can see this poor Tabaxi's eyes just widen, and his hands shake, and he sort of like holds them up close to his face. You can see it holds his face, his hands shake, and some of the coins like drop out, and he goes, "I have power!"
No!
Aw. This
Wait!
poor man.
Buy one, get one free! And he sort of takes, he sort of like scourges around in his, he sort of like scourges around in a pile behind him. And when he tugs it out, a whole trash pile falls on top of him.
Oh.
And all you can see is his head and the hand that he was trying to pull something out on. And what he pulls out is probably the highest quality thing you've seen so far. You see a small dagger with a skull depicted on the hilt.
Hmm.
I'm a
Proud,
just.
you think you can make an arrow out of that?
I can make it out of anything.
I'll
Hey.
reach out my hands to take the dagger.
Be pieces, please. And you see, like, as you take the dagger out of his hand, he still has his hand sort of like outstretched to collect exactly 0 gold pieces.
I will make a gesture of grabbing something from my pouch, even though I'm not actually grabbing anything, and I will open up my hand in his and open it to reveal that there are no gold pieces in it.
Hey!
Cat,
And he
cat
sort of
shot.
like grabs nothing as he's stuck in this trash pile, and yet somehow he manages to worm his way out of it.
So about that medicine check earlier.
He's alive.
He is
Well, yeah,
for
but,
sure
like,
alive. In fact, he probably looks like he's more alive than he's ever been. But
mean,
oh,
clearly.
yeah, I totally forgot about this. Hold on. As you grab the dagger out of his hand, I'm gonna have Nimbus roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
So let's see here. Dexterity. Alright. That's
Oh,
a
no.
7. So, as you take the dagger out of his hand, or it's like after you're done, like giving him exactly 0 gold pieces, you notice, thankfully, because it's white fur on other colors, there's a flea on your wrist.
oh God.
I'm gonna kill it right now.
Alright.
I
Roll the
love how
hit.
like, I love how like the fucking music stopped like as you were describing this, but then when
Yeah, I
you
know,
were like,
right?
"Oh, it's just a flea," it comes back.
Yeah, so I'll say just a regular 1d20 plus 3 since this is unarmed.
He punches his
Just a
wrist.
fuck.
Natural one. You watch as the flea, like, you try to like smack it off your wrist, and it starts to crawl up your arm,
Oh no.
threatening to embed itself in your fur.
I will prestidigitate it away.
How do you
Whoosh.
prestidigitate it off of him?
The same way I would clean his clothes. A gust of air blows it off.
Alright, so it's like you're like, oh my god, it's going up my arm! Suddenly, like a gust of wind fucking blows it off, as well as other trash in the surrounding area.
Oh jeez.
It's not that powerful. It's more like, clean.
It could probably blow some papers, but that's about it.
Yeah, blue papers, yeah.
Eh,
Thanks. I owe you one.
The flea was the buy one get one free part.
This poor cat.
I hope you liked it. Come back again if you want. I won't be going anywhere.
I'm gonna toss him another sweet roll before we leave.
You see him get on all fours this time as he eats it. And with that distraction, Toxer is like, okay, we had our fun, but we gotta go.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Oh. But
Take care. May Our
Have
Lady
a
bring you
wonderful
joy.
day or night, whatever time it is outside.
Kudesh just kind of looks back and waves to him. Bye, Scav. Thanks.
I
Just-
love you.
Love you too, dude.
So,
Just not even batting an eye.
Fox
Such a
practically shuts the door behind him once all of you get back out.
Oh.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. He seemed like a nice guy. A little cabin fevery maybe, but he's
Nimbus,
all right.
did you're not like infected or anything, are you?
Nah.
Call, good sir. He is simply a tabaxi that is down on his luck. Besides, I'm immune to disease.
Oh yeah. Oh. Well, shit. Why am I not immune to disease?
Because you're immune to poison.
All right.
Oh yeah, cool.
That means I can contract as many.
STDs as you want. That means you have no excuse to not visit Sunny and visit Summer and Honey.
All right.
Oh,
So
goes back to that. I love it.
also, I like the ears you put on the C and the T.
Oh Jesus.
All right. So where do you guys want to go next?
I guess let's head further left because I'm pretty sure we know what the other side goes to.
All right. So you head on over to this room. All right. Let me just reveal this here. That is not a reveal. Jeez, I hate this thing. Alright. Hey! Also, disregard the little A right there. I was gonna type it out, but then I didn't know how to get rid of it because for some reason in Roll20, at the time, there was only clear drawings, but then later we found out how you can undo, but it was too far back, so that's why that little A is still there. So, yeah. As you open up the door to this one, I'm assuming you want Tox to open this too?
Yes. He is the meat wall.
Alright, well, I'll just, for brevity's sake, I'll have him roll stealth. Okay, this time he rolls a 21, so it's much better. So, this time he opens it slowly and mentally fist pumps the air as it doesn't open with a giant creak. As you open the room, there are already, like, faint traces of light above the ceiling as a giant, copious amount of tree roots that penetrated the concrete and stone are drooping all over every nook and cranny of this room.
Huh.
It's... They almost are kind of like vines in a way. Just have to, like, walk through them. Like, just shove them to the side.
So I'm gonna pull Monster Hunter World, where you're traveling through certain parts.
Alright, so... There isn't really anything in the room proper, but off to this corner right here that I pinged, you see a faint pink glow. And as you look closer, you notice that this pink glow are actually mushrooms growing on one of the vines. And they are like, they almost have like a bit of fluorescentness to them. They're glowing this dull pink color on the other side of the room. 23 on a nature. So, Prudez, you've never seen these kinds of mushrooms before, and you have no idea why they'd be growing here. But, you've done this, you've collected shrooms like this enough to know that mushrooms like these can probably be crafted later into maybe like a potion, or maybe something that can induce psychedelic properties, or even some other debilitating effects. But because these are mushrooms that you don't really, like, know anything about, you're not sure what exactly you can get it from them, but you're pretty sure somebody could, like, make something with this.
Cool. I kind of want them. I kind of want them this pretty. Do I have anything I could maybe store them in? I mean, I have an herbalism kit.
You can certainly try.
Could I, like, roll my herbalism kit to maybe, like, try to delicately extract them?
I'll say, You have proficiency in herbalism kits?
Yep.
So I'll say just do just a flat roll, like a flat d20 with your proficiency added, plus intelligence, and then you'll have advantage on that. So 1d20 plus intelligence plus proficiency.
Just 2 plus intelligence. So that's literally just rolling my herbalism kit, because it's plus 4 either way.
Pretty much, yeah. Alright, so 17. So, thankfully, without having to know what these mushrooms are, you know full well how to, like, take them off this vine, like, carefully. And it's pretty good that you do, because as you, like, pick one off, you can see sort of, like, a few spores, like, permeate the vine that it got pulled off of. But thankfully, you're experienced with it, so you're able to just pluck these mushrooms off and then get away before any of these spores, like, get on you. Enough time for it to, like, dissipate into the air.
Nice.
And thankfully, you're pretty much unharmed.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else in this?
Other than that, there is absolutely not anything in this room, other than the place is just covered in vines.
Add those 2 glowy mushrooms real quick.
Alright, yeah. Add 2 glowy pink fluorescent mushrooms to your inventory. They
Just gonna...
finally somebody other than Traylon gets to be a hoarder.
well, it's shrooms. They're pretty, and fucking Krutas knows enough about shrooms to know where it could go, but also where it could go. Yes, I know I said the same thing twice. It's different context,
Yeah.
different emphasis, means different things.
Alright, so... So that seems to be all of the rooms from this area. Also, Nimbus, you're the one who took the dagger, so add 1 dagger, with skull imprinted on the hilt in your inventory, or at least we'll add it for you, I guess.
I did.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse.
Skull hilted dagger.
I just call it the skull dagger.
Yeah.
Call that.
Skull dagger, yeah. So, that's all the rooms on this side. The other side has not been explored yet, but I will say that when you get to this side, you can see 3 different doors on this side.
3 door. 3 dodong.
Which one would you like to take?
Because you know where this one goes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you meant like 3 doors in addition to like
Yeah,
the one that goes to
you
the
can
shop.
put A and B together and realize that this door right here is the other entrance to the cat shop.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I figured. I just thought you were like excluding the door, but you're not. So
Yeah.
there we go.
So, yeah. Anyway, so which one would you like to go through?
Alright, well, let's... I guess let's check this one down here.
Alright, so this one... Let's see. Alright, so... God, I hate this thing so much. I click reveal areas, and it doesn't realize that I click reveal areas. But anyway... Unfortunately, when you open this door, or at least Tox opens this door, it's pretty much a dead-end hallway. But curiously, you can see that there are a lot of bricks removed from the wall at the end.
Oh. Just like in random spots, or like
Pretty much, yeah.
the shape of a hole. No.
I would like to examine some of those missing brick holes.
Sure. I'll say what would be This would be the equivalent of like
An
dwarvish,
investigation.
Like, and yeah. So I'll just say investigation.
12.
All right.
Aw.
So at first your inquisitive mind is sort of like, oh, okay. So there's a bunch of bricks taken out from this wall. They're all sort of like randomly taken out. This could be like a puzzle. But then you sort of like examine it up close, like looking through all the holes,
Mm-hmm.
seeing if there's any sort of like slots inside and whatnot. And unfortunately, your brain gets cockblocked because you kind of realize very quickly this just seems to be natural erosion from maybe just the concrete underneath cracking from the sun, or just other various means.
Oh.
Well, did you find anything?
This must. I think this just caved in on itself. There's nothing down here. Or at the very least, I can't find anything.
Well,
Yee.
shit. What about these other things here? How about here? He sort of like looks over here, kind of looking to you all for approval.
Might as
I
well.
wanna pick a room, he says.
All right, so let me just reveal this, and hopefully it'll do it the first time. No, it does not. I fucking hate this thing. All right. All right, so this one is also a long hallway, but at the end of the hallway, you can see a grated window at the far end.
Hmm. Can I, if it's like a grated window, like,
Yeah, you can go, like, take a look at it.
okay. Is there anything on the other end of it?
So when you go to the other side, you can see. Let me see here. I know redundancy and. All right, you can see bits and pieces of. Let's see here. Get some more revealing out. Yay, got the right one this time. So you can see out to this end over here. Unfortunately, you can't see anything else besides that. But the bars do seem maybe wide enough that you could stick your head out through it, but it will most likely be a very tight squeeze if you try.
Hmm. So even someone like Karuda's and me probably wouldn't be able to fit through.
You can try, but it'll just be a very tight fit, and at best you can only get your head through.
I mean, unless Karuda's turns into something smaller.
I was gonna say I have enlarge reduce.
Wild
Hmm.
Yeah, but like,
How are you gonna get back though? As he points out that it kind of the room you're in is kind of a bit of an incline. So if someone were to go through the window, then you would have to figure out a way to climb back up and still fit through.
let's let's maybe come back to this one for now.
Well,
Yeah.
here, let me try something. And he sort of like takes his hands on two of the bars, and you think he's gonna try and tear them off, but instead you hear like a thunk. It's here, I might got it. And he rolls a 17, surprisingly enough.
Nice.
And he's like, oh god, and then you hear like a pop, and his head manages to slip between the bars.
Oh,
Okay,
It's
well,
like-
why would you do this?
wanted to see. I'm.
All right.
Well, okay.
All right,
here,
genius.
let me
How are you gonna get out now?
All right. So as far as he can see bits of this side right here, which seem to lead to another walkway with water underneath. But then to his right, and he calls this out, he can see bits and pieces of tunnels to the right. Ooh. All right, now I just gotta get out. All right, give me one more. I got this. If I can get in, I can get out. All right.
Be careful, okay?
All right, with a flat 10, he definitely drains himself more so. You can actually see him sort of like put his feet on the walls to sort of like give him more like leverage. And you can hear him really go like, and then eventually his head does pop out, but because his feet weren't even off the ground, he just falls backwards, like flat onto his back with a big thump. He goes, oh, well, I did it.
Well, that was a commission idea for another time.
Oh God.
head in the wall.
Yep.
Oh no, I just bent over. What?
Stuck in the wall. Yeah, regardless.
All right.
Eh.
All right. So, I'm all right. And he sort of like dusts off the sides of his neck because he probably lost a scale or two, but he seems
Oh.
perfectly okay. Ugh. All right. I did see something to the right. It looked like something like a few tunnels. I don't know. I'm not even sure exactly what they are.
Oh, you know what would be cool if, like, in the next room, there's something we gotta do to get through, but it's easier if there's somebody on the other side of this window looking out into it.
That'd be all sorts of cool, but well,
We
these
are
guys are criminals, not puzzle masters.
I mean,
and you just kind of.
Although we should totally like tell the Academy to make something like this. I want an obstacle course.
Oh yeah,
Probably fail
dude,
it.
that'd be cool though. And then like, I imagine that while they're leaving the room, Crudez and Tox are just like going off on a tangent about like the different ideas about like a party-based like obstacle course where like you'd have to cooperate between like people that you are physically inclined as opposed to magically inclined and blah blah blah, and it probably goes for a while until they
a little
get to the next
intellectual for these two, don't you think?
Oh, well, I don't understand much of what you said, but like, what if they just made like a maze?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool too.
All right, so there is one remaining door here, which Tox will go ahead and open. And in this room, which will still refuse to keep my selections because Roll20 hates DMs and Fog of War. But you go in, and it's a cross-shaped room, actually. Thing here. There we go. Alright, so when you come in here, it's a simple cross or T-shaped block, whatever you want to call it. At the top of the front wall, there are two holes. And scattered along the front wall itself are several rusty poles that are too small for anybody's feet or hands to, like, step on, even for the short ones in the party. And around the room to the sides are scattered bundles of rope.
Huh.
The climb itself is about 10 or 12 feet up.
Well, I got a grappling hook.
Oh my god, this is a puzzle room! Oh my god, this is awesome!
Oh man. Man,
Okay,
what
okay. Shit. Okay, there's rope, and there's a wall, and then there's holes at the top. Shit.
Where the fuck does our sewer system have a fucking puzzle?
well, they're criminals, man. They might not be puzzle masters, but they gotta keep people out.
But they have people come down here doing maintenance on this shit.
Oh, maybe there's another way in.
Oh yeah, they had people doing maintenance on this shit for how many years now? It's pretty clear that no one's doing actual maintenance down here, especially if you have the merchant hobo over there.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
yeah,
kind of put two
Scav.
and two together to realize it's like they want to work on this place, but the place is like has too many shady characters for it to be just safe to go down a hole where there's one way in, one way out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna lose a finger when they try getting Scav out of here.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just as you say that, for some reason you hear the sounds of like Scav like eating still. You remember him eating sweet rolls like piranhas do. And also the cut of glass, but that too.
So,
All right.
So,
just a quick question. When we were looking out the window earlier, you said there was like an incline. Did it go like straight down into a lower section, or is there like a gap before it and then that?
yeah, it looked like it was kind of at an angle.
I was mostly asking that like out of character, just
Oh,
like
well,
from
then,
the
yes.
description that we got.
Yes.
It would be too hard for you to climb back up.
Toxaros would have, yeah. Toxaros would have mentioned it, yeah.
Because I do have a potential idea for how to do that, but it's probably going to eat through a fuck ton of not a fuck ton of spell slots, but like 3. Because like my idea was like have Crudez enlarge reduce so he's small enough to actually fit through, go down, have a look around, and then spider climb back up, have Tox hold him, and then reduce himself so he can fit back through.
As you're pondering this,
Yes.
this whole time, Toxaros has been like looking at the sides where all the ropes are, and then the wall. And then he does that about several more times, trying to piece this together. And then all of a sudden, you see him like really strain his head. And if you were to see inside his head, you would see several different atom clusters with electrons going around them as it zooms into the end. And then when it gets to the end, there's a bright flash of light, and we cut back to Toxaros goes, wait a minute. There's like rope here? And there's like poles on the wall? Oh my god, you think we gotta have to assemble this ourselves?
Maybe?
The little hamster in his head just losing its freaking mind.
Yeah, like he's really trying to strain.
Well, I suppose. Yeah. All right. So, assembling.
I will say, because this is, rope, and rope is pretty much like a very adventure-y thing to, like, be proficient in, I will say this would just be a regular old survival check.
Cool, I am proficient in this. 16.
All right, 16. All right, you barely pass. So, thankfully, with Toxeros finally able to piece this together, the idea of creating a rope ladder, you think, oh, well, that's some Boy Scout stuff right there. This will be easy. And you sort of take charge for this moment as you have everybody sort of, bring you the rope, and in turn you start tying it into knots around the poles in a way where it can kind of look like a rope ladder with the appropriate, foot rungs and all that sort of thing. This takes quite a bit, though, because as you, construct one part, you then have to, do some work to just set it up on the top end. Basically, assembling this as you go, in a way. But eventually, as you finish it on the top end, once again, you are abusing Toxeros's, amazingly sculpted body, or in this case, just riding his shoulders. And you, in particular, are able to see the top of the tunnel, which looks like this. On the left, you see what looks to be a narrow sort of slide. And on the right, you see pretty much the same thing, same angle, but there is padding on it to keep it from being slippery.
So this is our way up and way down.
More so your way back and forth throughout the other side.
Alright.
So yes, in a way.
Taking the slide.
Alright, when you go down the slide, it takes about a second or two to slide down to the other side, but as you slide down halfway, you hear a little click sound.
Oh, shite.
And as when you go to the once you land on the other side, you watch as a panel on the slide blocks the way down halfway. It's almost kind of like a square piece, but it covers half of the slide. And then on the other side, Nimbus and Crudez, where are you guys standing?
I figured Crudez was probably gonna be either right. Actually, no. What I was thinking was Crudez was probably gonna be watching the door while Traylon was assembling the ladder. So realistically, I'd say he'd probably be more around there still.
Okay, and Nimbus?
He would be up close to the door, licking it. How?
Alright.
What?
Gotta speak into the mic, my dude.
Something licking the door.
He would be troubleshooting the door with Trowlin up close to it.
Oh, so also sort of keeping check of the door. Alright. So,
Yes.
both of you are at the door. The last use of Toxeros, he was climbing up this ladder to help Traylon assemble the rest of it. As Traylon slides and the tunnel, halfway covers itself, you hear a kashink sound. And you see several different blades jut out from the support poles. And it slices up bits and pieces of the ladder you guys just made. And Tox is ah! And he's sort of dangling from one loose end of rope. Is fuck it! And he sort of drops down about 10 feet. But thankfully he sees okay, it's oh shit, what happened? And he looks up and The rope ladder is torn to shreds, but because Traylon tied the rope ladder in a way where it would where it tied the rope ladder in a way where there would be knots on it. The knots with dangling pieces of rope are still there. Huh. Maybe shit. Maybe we could still climb up this somehow.
Maybe?
Alright, well, I am going to latch on a grappling hook onto... Can I apply a grappling hook anywhere?
I'll say, you can climb up the other side of this if you want. Which, by the way, while we're doing that... Oh my god, just... When I click reveal area, let me reveal area, please. But yeah. You see, you can get to the end right here. So basically, you can get over the opposite side, or the one that goes up, and probably let down a grappling hook that way.
Yeah, I have 50 feet of rope. That should be more than enough to reach them, right?
Oh yes, totally. It's a 10-foot drop from this end of the upslide to the bottom of the room.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll snag the grappling hook somewhere secure, and I'll throw them a line. That way, it's not torn up.
All right, he has provided you guys a grappling hook, so you guys can just go ahead and just roll me general athletics checks.
Alrighty. I am actually good at this. 11.
All right, 11. You... Actually, hold on one second. Let me roll for Nimbus first. Please let me navigate through this. All right, thank you. All right, so athletics, which he's proficient in.
Damn.
Is also proficient.
Please don't fuck me, dice.
All right, so
Rolled a nat 20, so.
well,
I'm
you
pretty
rolled
sure
a
you're
nat
good.
20, so
Natural 20.
God.
so Tox goes first, and he is a big boy, so he climbs up this, and Traylon, thankfully, you knew where to secure the grappling hook, because this would have been hell just to hold on to the rope while this giant Adonis of a Dragonborn sort of climbs up.
No, I'm like 50 pounds. I'm not gonna be able to pull up a goddamn Dragonborn.
Exactly. Yeah, you're pretty much thinking that thank God I don't have to pull him up.
Welcome.
So
welcome.
he gets up on this end, and he goes ahead and crawls down. Crudez, you're second. So you get about halfway up, and around the time that you get about halfway, about to hit 3/4, you slip, and you start to fall. But thankfully, Nimbus, because you rolled a nat 20, because you're the one going last, you angle yourself in a way where Crudez will just land on top of your shoulders. And because you're all big and strong, you can go ahead and pull both of you up with him on top of your shoulders, just like with Traylon with Tox.
Oh, nice,
Oh,
man.
yeah. Snow
Nice
leopard
catch.
muscles.
Snow leopard muscles, yeah.
Sorry, man. I'm normally better at this.
No worries, that's what I'm here for.
So,
Thanks, buddy.
as all four of you crawl out the other tunnel that goes up, basically crawling downwards to where you're all back here, you are now in a second hall. Oh my god, please let me... So, it's weird.
Fine. Take
I
your
go
time.
to the menu, I click reveal areas, and it assumes that I am wanting to hide, and then I have to click it a second time for it to work.
Ugh.
It's so janky. But anyway, you find yourself in another hallway similar to this here.
Oh.
Directly to your right, you saw one of these rooms when Tox took a look, which would be this part right here. But you also see another door right here. Both of these are directly to your right. So it would be here and here.
Hmm. While y'all are pondering that, I just imagine Crudas is like, "Oh, cool! So I could have just gone down here. Oh, that's cool." Just talking about like the window from the overlook.
I guess we can check out this first room right here.
Alright, so going through this first. Alright, so once again, I'm assuming Tox is opening.
Yep. Getting into
Alright,
position.
so at first, you blink and you think that this is just a, regular old room because you see walls to your sides. But then you notice this part of it has totally collapsed.
Ugh.
And it sort of like leads out to, and it sort of just leads out to, hold on one second. This is F. Yes, this is F. And it sort of like leads to a naturally like carved out tunnel with like erosion. Like you can tell this is probably supposed to be a dead end, but then erosion happened over time, and it sort of made a new tunnel to the left. And as you look through the tunnel, on the walls are various different skulls nailed by the forehead along the whole walls. And some of these skulls are just painted with all sorts of ways. Some of them got their teeth painted black. Some of them have like little heart designs drawn on them. All sorts of like kind of some sort of like kind of like punkish gothic sort of like look, and yet at the same time kind of girly. And then at the far end of this tunnel is like a simple bedroll on a very like barely padded floor mat. There's no one there.
So if that's here, that means someone was here, or will be soon. Maybe we should not be in this room when they come back. Also that was... Also, that's what happens when, like, Gray has to BRB, and... Damn it, I was gonna make a joke about the brains of the party having to BRB, but then I said Gray's name out loud instead of...
You inherited his brain cell.
No.
For the time being.
No.
Or tried to.
Yeah, like, he's trying... Kruda is just filling in the gaps since, like, the brains of the party is currently AFK.
Alright. So...
Well, like, listen, out of the three of us, you and Gray talk the most, and I'm not complaining about that, mind you. Just a thing I've noticed.
You're also playing a stoner, so
yeah,
you don't really get to use your brain much.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa. Let's maybe back up out of this room for now until Traylon snaps back to reality.
You guys want to wait for Gray to get back then?
I would say, yeah, maybe like just a brief intermission.
All right, I'll say take 5. All right, so welcome back. Sorry about that intermission, but we are all back and now have snacks, or at least I have snacks. So after that room, where'd you guys want to go?
suppose-
Actually, did Greg get a description of room F that we're currently in?
It's an empty
Oh.
room.
It's pretty much like it's the one with all the skulls and pretty girly writing.
Yes,
Yeah. Well,
and
I
a simple
say that,
bedroll with a very shoddy floor mat at the far end, like right here,
Yeah.
because that's really all that happened.
Yeah.
Well,
A good idea, but really quickly, I do want to lift up the dagger, and I want to see if the skull design on the dagger matches the motif on the door.
Well, the skull itself just looks like a skull, and all the other skulls are obviously much bigger and probably real. As far as you can see, the skull looks like a skull.
Excuse me.
Nothing like unique about it. It looks like a skull.
Yeah. I see what he was going for, though.
The blade itself is very like gothic and cool looking, at least. Yeah.
well, I'm going to place down some caltrops at the inside of this room.
All right. Go ahead and remove those caltrops from your inventory for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Fuck whoever fuck whoever lives here in particular.
Just we don't know who they are, but fuck them. It could be Scav
Alright,
for all we know,
so-
but
While that's going on, does this work? Okay, no, that did not work. All right.
Aw.
So anyway, while that's going on, Nimbus or not Nimbus, Toxeros is sort of like jumping the gun a bit and opening this door, and you see.
oh no.
And he opens up, and then you see Toxeros like ah, and he sort of like jumps back for a second, but nothing comes out.
What is it? What?
Okay, that thing is definitely dead. And he points into the room, and the room itself is more or less a storage room, but inside the room is a skeleton, not animated, but yes?
I was gonna make a joke. If anyone's played Stanley Parable, looks like that guy got the broom closet ending.
Oh.
Anyway, so the state of the remains on the skeleton and the rotting clothing he has on him implies that this skeleton has been here for a while, and on his hand there's actually a signet ring.
Taking the signet ring.
All right. The ring has a very antique-looking symbol on it. It's about as shoddy-looking as the stuff from Scab's Emporium, but it seems to be in better quality than that. You can probably tell that this was ring that was made. It was definitely made with more quality materials, for sure. And I want Nimbus in particular, and well, okay, everybody can roll this history check, but Nimbus will get it with advantage.
Yay!
So I will go ahead and do that for
History
Nimbus.
is not my strong suit, and it shows.
All right, so this is not with my Well, actually, would my
Yeah,
Artificer's lore apply to this? It is if it's a magic item, it would.
It is not a magic item.
All right, then it's just plus 6 instead, and like plus 9.
Yes.
So that is
Yeah,
a
thanks for the-
25, not a 28.
25, and Nimbus rolls a 14. I'll say this is barely enough for Nimbus. So, the signet on the ring is... it loosely bears the symbol of the Duke of Peron's family's house.
So, I have a little revelation to share with you all about this place. I think some zealots might have made this their home after Petal's ascended.
You sure about that? I mean, this body looks like it's been here forever.
Well, it's been a long time since the last number passed away.
I mean, you're not, well, I mean, Petals has been, like, Duchess for, like, what, a year or two? But, like, I don't know, this guy seems, like, hella dead. Like, advanced dead.
Advanced dead. I love it.
So, like, I don't know, maybe this is, like, well, actually... And he sort of, like, takes a look at the sigil again on the ring, and he goes, huh, this, doesn't exactly look like the current Duke's family's, like... It doesn't look like the flag of Peron, that's for sure. Maybe this is, like, even older than we think.
Did I get anything from, like, 25?
25?
The history.
History. Why did I... Hold on a sec. Why'd you roll a medicine, by the way?
I wanted to see how long the corpse has been dead for real.
Oh, okay. So, 28, you know that, Peron has been around for quite a while, and the head of the... So, this is kind of a little bit of a history lesson on Peron. So, the nobleman that started Peron was a self-imposed exile from Radiara that basically had ambitions for political power and prestige, but they can't really rise in the ranks of Radiaran society because, and you know this just because you live there, Radiara is very good about not having, like, any sort of, like, insurrection. So, like, the top is very, very secure. And so, he basically sailed to pretty much the few safe parts of the Wildlands, and basically set up his house there. And because no one would be crazy enough to try and tame land that's constantly surrounded at all sides by monsters, he tried to establish a dukedom, and to try and give legitimacy to his dukedom, he invited other noblemen from, like, Kasharin, Radiara, even some people from Jingtou, and he held a feast for them, and it went really, really well. And so, in a way, it legitimized the dukedom, but it also is kind of what started the reputation of Peron being a place of leisure and people going there specifically for leisure.
It's what made it like tourist spot that it is today.
Exactly, yes. Like, the roots of Peron can basically be tied to some guy threw a feast here. So, as you know, so that was 340 years ago. As a result, it's, you know, gotten, you know, more organized, more well-fortified or whatever, but that also means flags and, you know, logos get modernized. So, suffice to say, the symbol on the ring definitely seems like it would be of, like, the Duke of Peron's house, but with that 12 in medicine, you don't need to roll high to know that yes, Toxeros is probably right. This body has probably been dead for, like, ages and ages and ages. It's kind of a miracle that this ring is somewhat in recognizable condition.
Hmm. Talking to the mic, dude.
Tox,
Are you
I
done
think
charging?
You just found an ancient relic.
Oh, wait, really? Does this mean we can, like, get a reward for it?
We could probably pawn it off to someone.
Well, like, I don't know. Wouldn't the regent pay way more for this?
Maybe.
I think it would still be better if we gave it to Petals. I don't know that. Though talking to the regent doesn't seem like a great idea for some reason.
Well, I mean, it's a ring. Let's nab it.
Alright, I will add one signet ring from the sewers.
Alright. Add one signet ring with the Duke of Peron's symbol on it.
I think you should wear it, Trilon. It might look cute on you.
Call me fucking cute again, you'll get an arrow to the eye.
Ow.
I call it like I see it.
Guys, come on.
Is this that flirting thing you talked about?
No.
Oh,
It's weird. I don't know, man. Let's go.
Okay, so let's see.
Why do
here.
you want to wear a ring off a dead guy? That's gross. Ew.
you know what?
What?
Yes? Okay.
I love it. Just you know what? And you're probably saying something, but you're too far away from the mic.
He said nothing.
And just,
But how's the charge on your phone, by the way?
I have it plugged in. It's fine.
I was gonna say, like, is it at a point where you can take it off?
No.
Okay.
Trust me, once it is, I'll take care of that myself.
Alright, so with that room done, there's nothing on these sides, so naturally you head on over to the other side, and there's actually 4 different rooms.
wow.
Which one would you like to go through?
Well, might as well do the one on the left. The first on the left.
Eh,
Ping it for me, I'm sorry.
this one, I think.
Yes.
Alright, so let's see what this one is. Alright, so let's see here.
Bring Nim with us.
Yeah, I will get to it in a sec. Actually, Jesse, you have DM privileges. You should be able to move his token.
Yeah.
So, yay. Wait, so anyway, okay. So you open this door, and it leads further in, and then cuts to your right. And in the small alcove on the right, there are remnants of a circle drawn in chalk on the wall. But the humidity and the constant water dripping from the walls have washed almost all of it away.
Huh.
I suppose it's probably even older than my grandpa.
How old is your grandpa?
In the hundreds.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Mine is like... 419?
Whoa,
What the hell?
dude?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, man.
I mean, is he still alive?
Well, barely.
Oh.
I thought Dragonborn only lasted for like 100 years at most.
I mean,
Okay, so getting out of character real quick.
okay.
Let me just go on a 30-second tangent real quick. So, like, dragons live fucking forever. And so do elves. And to an extent, some gnomes and some dwarves. And yet, for some reason, on the player's handbook, they label dragonborns living up to, like, 60 or 80. And me and Jesse have collectively been like, fuck that. So, in this universe, dragonborns can basically live to about the 500-year mark.
All right, just in time.
So yeah,
I literally timed that
and
shit
also-
just as a joke.
and also, this might be a controversial statement, but not really. Some of them have tails. Fuck you, wizards.
Oh yeah, everyone agrees the dragon.
I'm
What do you
getting
mean they don't have
political in my
tails?
D&D stream.
Do they not have tails?
No,
Not according to Wizards of the Coast, but that has never stopped anybody.
Yep.
That's just so wrong.
I know, but regardless. So, I will say, Traylon in particular, since you're the one most experienced with this sort of thing, roll an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
I was actually gonna have Crudez roll an Arcana as a joke.
Ah,
Oh god.
8.
Oh god, let me do it. Oh no. I know even less.
Bye.
about-
Can
You
I
know
roll
what?
Arcana?
You know what?
It's not an arrow, so I don't really know much about
Okay.
What? Fuck.
Alright,
Can I
so...
roll?
You
Meanwhile,
just
Nimbus
did.
over here just like rolled a fucking 17.
Yeah. For shits and giggles, I was gonna have Tox roll on it, but he rolled a 5.
Oh my god. Nim just steps up and says, like, it's Perona magic, guys, come on.
From Paron.
Oh, you eat shrimp for 5 gold.
Oh my god.
Alright,
Hilarious.
so... So, there is... I'm gonna say with that 17... You do have a feeling, because you did take classes with this. In fact, one of the last classes you took before the Academy was attacked was another magical lecture from Sekviz. And some of the parts of this circle sort of ring a bell, but there's so much of the circle eroded off because of water and other natural effects, like the humidity. You can't really make out what spell this was, much less what school of magic it's from.
Damn.
Is
Well,
this
it
gonna show up
definitely
on our
looks-
test? I sure hope not. That guy was
Oh, I bet.
scary.
It definitely will. But this weird thing about it is I can definitely tell that this is a ritual, but I can't. It's too faded. I can't tell what spell this was.
Well, it's magic, right? Then we know there was probably magic at some point.
At
Yep.
some point, yes.
I'm gonna take an educated guess that it's necromancy with the, the skull motif, and the fact that our enemy is a necromancer.
That is a perfectly valid, educated guess, but it's so faded away that you can't confirm that for sure.
The DM says as he hurries to scribble in his notes, like, damn, they figured it out.
Fuck!
Shit.
Alright, so...
Well,
other than
just to
that,
make-
That's all... Yeah?
I'm debating whether or not we should destroy it entirely.
Well,
It's
the majority of it is destroyed completely, so if you wanted, you could probably just wipe your hand on it and just get rid of the leftover chalk dust.
Yeah, and just crusty the ground even.
Actually,
Just get it wet with water.
can I roll an investigation to see if this place has been used recently? Or would that be more survival?
I will say... I will say survival.
14.
14? Okay. There hasn't really been evidence of this use, simply because there's so much worn off. But with your 14 in survival, double 14 in fact, with your double 14, there doesn't really seem to be any evidence that it was used recently or even at all. You don't really see, like... You see, like, maybe the faint traces of, like, several different footsteps on the floor, but not in a way that would suggest that there's been, like, recent use. Like, everything is that old.
Well, this room... Unless there's any items left about, there's nothing really of use in here. Can't really do anything. So, let's move on to the next one.
Yep. Place is creepy.
Alright, where would you like to go?
Let's see the one in front of me.
Alright, so this one here?
Yes.
I really should not try to, like, go straight to pinging, because that'll just mess me up. But, alright, so we're going to... H. The letter H! For all you Who's Line fans.
This dungeon is brought to you by the letter H.
It's brought to you by the letter H. The Sesame Street.
Especially the beginning with, Tox trying to learn how to eat a tostada.
Oh, God.
Alright,
This is
so...
Toast.
The room has a bit of a miniature second floor to it. It has a set of stairs leading up a few feet to a control room, actually.
Nani?
There are various levers, knobs, switches, all on a control board that's, like, caked in dust. And there is, going on, along the control wall is also a window that kind of sort of shows bits of the next room.
What does the room next door show?
So unlike the grates, you can't really, like, peer into the other sides by fitting your head through a wall. This is just a straight up glass window. Seems...
Odd.
Let me see here. Roll a perception check for me real quick.
Perception. Oh wow, another 20. I've been on my aim game with my eyes.
All right, soft
Nice.
20, 16 for Crudez. All right, that'll be more than enough. So, you eventually, you sort of like look through all the switches. Doesn't really seem to be like you even like try to pull on one of them. None of the switches seem to like work. But then you see conveniently a large switch labeled power supply that's flipped down on the wall. But with that soft 20 trailing, you notice the dust on this switch was definitely disturbed. So you can probably guess that this room was indeed used recently.
Is the power switch already powered on?
It is in the off-
No, it
it
is
is in the off.
currently off.
Okay. I'm gonna go see if I can see anything from the window over here.
The window is currently, like, nothing has changed about the window itself. But have you turned on the power supply, by the way?
No.
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, nothing has really changed about the... Oh, you're, like, examining to, like, if there's...
Yeah, I want to see what's in the
Nothing
next
to
room.
Oh, okay. Well, all you can see is this part of the hallway and a door to a room in front right there. But, that's really all you can see because it's just a window.
But it does lead to another walkway.
Yeah,
So-
you definitely see another walkway similar to the two you've been in before.
Alright. Someone turn the power on.
All right, who wants to do it?
Someone, he says.
Me!
Ooh, what does this button do?
Pretty much.
Lizard brain activates. So, all right. So, Tox goes ahead and flips it, and you hear a very faint fan sort of sound for a second. It's very quiet-ish, but you definitely, you don't see any of the switches in this room turn on, but you do see that the power supply is definitely, like, on. And you, I'm gonna say, because Tox is near the switch, the fan sounds comes from, to his left. So, like, this direction. God, I really hate having to ping this. Alright. There.
Or if you played 14.
And I don't see anything outside the window?
Other than just the walkway to the other side, no.
Alright.
The walkway and a door to one room on the other side.
Can I roll an investigation on the machinery in here?
Sure.
26.
26?
Nice.
So, nothing's turned on, and yet the power supply seems to be on, and you think to yourself, well, most likely the controls in this room are probably dead, but it is powering something. So, otherwise, the power supply wouldn't work. So, you have a feeling that this power supply is probably not for this room.
Hmm. Well, in that case, I guess let's check out the next room over. Most of the controls in here seem to be busted.
So I did good.
Yes, you did good.
Yeah!
Yeah, dude.
Let's check out this room.
Alright, this one is J.
Yick.
Yeah. Alright, so J is another storage room similar to the one where you found the dead body. The actual dead body, not scavenger. This place doesn't really contain anything other than just old cleaning supplies. You can see, like, a dirty broom, a mop bucket with all sorts of, like, black shit in it, and just various dirty rags with holes in them.
What's this black
Kind
shit?
of... you examine close, this just looks like really dirty water. It looks like someone would mop this place and for some reason not drain the bucket, and then they didn't come back here for years and years and years.
Yes.
It is very disgusting.
Gross with a capital G.
I'm going to take an empty bottle and take a dip.
Oh no!
Uh,
Oh no!
Don't do it.
Nova Shores
Um,
Mark 3 can't come fast enough, can it?
No.
Nova Shores Mark
No.
III. This time it's personal. Add 1 bottle of disgusting,
Malt water.
unused water to your inventory.
Why are you giving him ammunition for this shit?
He's the
Yeah.
one who fucking collects it.
Yeah, Trellin just like a pair of tongs, just takes the bottle, gives it a dip, puts a cork on it, and then presto's the outside.
As you do that, roll a con save for me.
So like,
Proficient.
I have an idea.
13.
Yeah, when you bring it out of the water, like, you're doing everything in your power to be careful, as if it's like some science experiment. But as you bring it up and closer to your mouth, as you just try to, like, close it, it smells awful.
Oh, I don't know how to ferment this one.
In fact, yeah, you cough quite a lot. You're kind of threatening a little bit to just blow chunks right then and there. But you just barely managed not to do that.
All right.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you started to like this.
Okay, don't.
Yeah.
Do not.
Yeah.
Wait,
Not that way. God damn it.
wait, why would he like this?
I
He
don't
keeps
know.
making stink bombs from shit like this.
Wait, you did that?
Wait, it was you?
You can't prove shit.
you just. But him just.
But why? Like,
Because fuck the people who
What?
got hit.
He was just really pissed at Hamid that week.
but you hit almost everybody by this point.
Exactly.
But wait. So then you don't like Hamid. Who else have you hit so far?
I hit Lysander. I've hit what's his name? The monk.
Penpa, yeah.
I've hit Penpa
And Petals.
and Petals. The only
Did you ever bomb Tox?
I didn't get a chance to, because
God.
he dipped
But
out.
He wanted to.
I wanted to, but at the same time, it would be a waste because he's immune to poison.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, but
He
poison
sort of
is-
like counts down the list, and he realizes that almost all of the house leaders, except for himself, Dia, and then like maybe Soray and Emil.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're the only four
he
that have.
thinks-
They are the only four that have avoided my wrath.
Yeah, and so Tox, counts them all on his fingers, and he goes, "So you only like us?
Yes.
Oh, well, sweet.
That's a stretch.
Why'd they made you so mad though?"
It's a long
Almost
story.
killed me.
I'll say, but yeah, when you bombed Lysander, well, he got the blunt end of it, but everybody smelled it on that floor. You kind of, in a way, you kind of bombed the whole green dorm.
Yep.
So, do you not like anybody in the greenhouse?
Well, after Hamad and I started getting some of the orange house, I kind of made it a point to hit as many people as possible. But again, that's a story for another time.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure you didn't like do it just because I don't know why, but you guys just don't seem to like Juju for some reason. And wanted to make sure you weren't bombing him or something.
Oh no, that's for another day.
Oh, what? Can I at least warn him?
You can try.
But I guarantee you, he's not going to see it coming.
Then I will.
I mean, by all means, tell him, but he's not going to see it coming.
Alright, so as you leave this room after you collected your other ingredients for a future gnomish rose, you'd see this door right here in front of you, which is actually sort of like a slide panel, and you see one of the open door holes has a light shining right above it that looks very similar to the light from the power supply switch that you flicked, or at least Tox flicked. And in this room, you actually see 2 ways forward. On your left and on your right in this hall are basically, they almost kind of look like, what's a good way to put it? They almost kind of look like one of those decontamination tunnels. And on the left and the right, there are basically the exact same door. But yes, I agree.
For context for streaming YouTube, I said in the chat, we really got to put a limit on the number of bottles that Traylon can carry. You might even call it a bottle cap.
Boo.
You're about to get capped if you make a joke like that again.
Both of the doors at the end of this hall also have the same light on top of them.
Well, I guess that means that the doorway is open. Let's proceed.
Alright, which one are you taking?
I guess the one on the left.
Alright, so odds or evens?
Evens?
Alright, so who's approaching the store first?
I'll do it.
Alright, so Nimbus, you head towards the left door. They look like the other sort of like sealed doors that you came across. The second you tug at it, like everybody get in over here. The second you sort of tug on it to open it, it like opens for like an inch and then slams itself back shut. And then the sliding door behind you that brought you in, slams shut.
Uh-oh.
And then the door you attempted to open starts jutting spikes. And it starts to slowly close in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed the innuendos, because this might be
God.
the end of them.
Oh, God.
Alright, so...
We're in the end of them.
Hey, so... It is, so, for reference... let me just get this here. So, for reference, the door, or the spikes are coming, like, this direction. So it's, like, coming directly south. And then as you turn the corner, it's also going this way. It's basically leading you to the other side.
Okay, so the door is not actually like closed behind us. It's just like
Okay.
Like,
like
hold
it's
on.
not shut here, but it is shut like here. I think.
Yes, it's shut here.
Okay.
It's basically now you're in a tunnel.
I'm
Alright.
not gonna lie, I've been burned before. I thought this was some Serac shit, and that Nimbus was just gonna die for opening a door.
No.
We don't want to kill you yet.
I would like to roll a Tinkerer's Tools check to figure out, hey, maybe there's a way to dismantle this trap.
I'm gonna say you can roll that with disadvantage, as you're kind of having to backpedal while you're doing this.
Intelligence or dexterity?
I will say roll a dexterity save first, and then if you pass, then you can roll your Tinker's Tools.
Okay. Well, I was talking more for the Tinker Tools trait.
Oh, well, damn. Let me think.
Dex, if it's something that's difficult and more hands-on, intelligence just to figure out what's going on.
Oh, okay. Disadvantage on both then.
Okay. Well, I will go with... Technically, I'll go with Dex, since it's technically the higher.
16.
That 22 on the other side. Alright, well, 16.
So... It's slowly pushing you guys around. But everybody is trying to hightail it. But you, on the other hand, are kind of right now determined to see if you can just disable this. It's actually kind of hard because normally when you try to tinker through things, you're able to, like, sit down or stand still. And, like, you're having to, like, move at the same time, but you feel as though if you were gonna look for a panel to disable this, it would probably not be here. You don't really see anything that you can disassemble.
Not even, like, gears where the wall's being pushed?
All the walls are just solid stone. Like, you're still in a sewer, tunnel.
Balls. Well, I tried.
Huh?
Well, I tried.
Right. Eventually, you're, forced back here, and the other door is still open. Or, the other door is still available right here. It's like... Yeah.
I would like to roll perception to see if there are any pressure plates.
Go ahead.
Can I assist him with my cat eyes?
Sure. What do your cattish eyes see, Legolas?
Someone else roll, please.
9? Alright, 9.
I got a healthy +4 in this shit, so let's see.
16. I'll say that's a 23. Yeah, this floor's clear.
Make a break for it!
Go!
Tox basically leads the way, like, having his shoulder off to the side. He's gonna try and, like, battering ram this thing and, like, run into it. And you see, like, him make contact with the wall, and then you can hear, like, a boom! And then the door falls off. And he, like, falls on top of the door in the process.
Oh shit, Tox, are you okay?
Yeah, just get out!
And through the door. Because I don't want to be
go.
like Swiss cheese.
As you get through the door, you see, the spike wall from before slowly, like, get to the end and basically stop where someone would get skewered and then slowly, like, start to retreat back.
Who the fuck would make traps like this down here? Ugh,
It's Resident Evil shite right up here.
I don't know,
can say that
but I'm
again.
pretty sure the government didn't make that.
I mean, they're criminals, not puzzle masters. They gotta defend their shit somehow.
I could use a puzzle master right now.
Currently, Nimbus is fussing over Tox, making sure he didn't scuff anything or he's not bleeding anywhere, especially in a place like this.
Oh yeah, all of you guys are okay.
Also, callback humor.
Now, sit still. This is gonna sting a little bit. I want to give you a look over.
Well, what? Why? And he just sits there and takes it.
You're not immune to disease. We need to make sure you didn't get anything cut.
He wants to touch you.
All right.
Yeah,
what
about
are-
as
what do
badly
you
as
do
you do.
What do you want? What are you going to do, Nimbus?
He's gonna like furiously rip off his shirt. He's gonna drag some of his heavenly spit across his tongue and just start like preening him, looking him over.
You got a little smush on your face.
Yeah, you got the little smooch on your face. Here, let me get it.
Smoosh.
So wait, Nimbus, you take off your shirt.
No, well, yes, but he's also taking off, not Trialen's shirt, Toxoros's shirt.
The fucking what?
Everybody gets naked for some reason.
He's pulling a Teldra, it's fine.
He learned from someone who has a college degree. So
I learned this on I learned this on our last mission. Here, look, this will be fine. Just rips off his shirt. It starts to make a little bandage on his shoulder where he tackled the door. Like, there you
well,
go.
okay. I'll say in this scenario, you basically take off your shirt instead of ripping it because you actually have pride in your outfit.
Okay.
I would like to imagine. But thankfully you do have the armor that you wore underneath your clothes still there. So you do still see Nimbus with sort of like a plated like chainmail over his top fur in a way.
Yeah, I'm still wearing something. Unfortunately.
That's a nasty coffee up there, buddy.
And so where are you gonna wrap this on, Tox?
Yeah, around his shoulder where he tackled the door.
Alright, so you do that, and he's like, I wasn't bleeding. In fact, I don't think I lost the scale.
And now now anything won't get infected. You're welcome.
Oh, okay, I see. And he sort of like lifts his arm up, and you can see your entire shirt sort of like you tied it up, but it's sort of like dangling on his arm now.
Yeah. A lot of cloth to tie.
Right.
Wow.
As this is happening, Traylin's just gonna open this door. He's like, okay, enough.
Alright, so this one right here? All right.
Yes.
Alright, so that is L. Just so you know, I'm L. So there is another long room that ends in a dead end, but you can see a ladder that has broken off from the wall that leads up to another manhole cover, and you can see like lights sort of like shine down through the tiny holes. Everybody roll a quick perception real quick.
13.
I can't roll anything.
Alright.
Alright. Curtis pass, Nimbus pass,
And back.
or and Traylon passes, and Tox obviously passes. You only need to fight for this. You can hear the sounds of like hammering, and you can sort of like hear the sounds of like hammering and other like hammering and other sort of like construction-y sounds. as you hear two people having a conversation, and you can hear one say, it's like, "So, you went to Luxuria, right?" "Yeah, but I don't know, man. It kind of got awkward. I didn't. You ordered the two, right?" It's like, "Yeah, I ordered the couple, sure, but it was like, I kind of just want one, but I didn't know the other would be in the room while we fucked. It was I don't know. It was kind of weird."
Do we recognize this guy's voice?
No.
We recognize who they're talking about, though.
Yeah. And we can probably infer, I think is the term, like, who one of the people that might be talking.
Yeah.
No,
if you
you
remember.
don't recognize any of these voices.
Well, no, I
Okay.
just mean, like, you can probably make, like, an educated guess, maybe. It's a bit of a stretch, I'll
They
admit.
sound like hapless construction workers.
I'm not
Okay.
talking about the sound of their voice. I'm talking more about the fact that a couple sessions back, when we went to Luxuria, there was a guy coming out of there looking kind of awkward.
Oh.
You saw him. He was one of Miranda's servants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
I was thinking it might have been him, but I guess not. I guess
Yeah,
the only thing
well-
we got from this conversation is that he's talking about Sonny and Hummer.
Yes. Yes, the
But-
other couple.
But yeah, it's like, that's why I said we could probably make an educated guess about that, but unless we like see the guy's face, we don't know for certain.
Yeah, I was fucking Sunny, but I didn't realize we'd be doing it in a Hummer.
God damn it.
all right. Let's continue.
But yeah, they continue to have this conversation about their one encounter in Luxuria.
And he wasn't have to deal with it. I think we would both be there.
Yeah, pretty much. That was this whole thing. It's like, I know they're a package deal, but like, I just wanted one, but they didn't really put anything in the menu for that.
Cruda's just thinking to himself, just, you shut your mouth. They give the best shoulder rubs. How dare. How
Just
freaking
construction.
dare.
This construction worker is just like, I was too gay for that shit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, I'm not hating. She looked great, but like, I just wanted to fuck the guy.
Oh.
Anyway, we have our way out for later. If
It's
need
time
be.
to retrace our steps.
Yeah.
It seems.
Let's go check this one.
All right, so with this one here, this is M. M is here. Okay. So, fun fact, we wrote down this one like 10 minutes before because this was the run room we didn't like write out yet.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then Jesse wrote this in the middle of me doing this, so that's fine. So this room also doesn't really seem to have anything in it. This doesn't really seem to have much of anything in it, but you notice, or actually, everybody roll a perception check real quick.
I will roll a heckin' perception check.
damn. My luck just went from one end to the other, and with the 9 on the other side bow tie.
All right, well, that's none of you pass, but Tox passes, so that's fine.
My son did well, so fuck all you guys.
Puzzles. Oh, wait. And then you see him sort of like get his bandaged arm ready again. It's like, all right, I'm gonna try something stupid.
Can I do it with him since we have the same strength score and he's already done this? Can I catch
Alright.
on to that?
He points, yeah, he nods and he points onto a wall that has very loose bricks on it, and some of the bricks have been removed.
Oh.
Ah, I see.
All right.
I like the way you think, darling.
You want to
That's
count
good.
us down?
Let you do it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. And
1, 2, 3, slam.
go
you
ahead and
asshole!
roll a roll a general strength check.
What was that? Just before that.
That was Tox getting the jump on Nimbus.
Oh my god.
He is Green Dragonborn. It is literally in his lizard brain to ambush people.
Okay, so like.
Anyway,
I thought you'd recognize the reference that I made by saying 1, 2, 3, slam.
nope.
Never mind.
But anyway, sure enough, both of you managed to just plow through the wall, although like a few blocks sort of like pelt you on the back. But the wall collapses as there was not a wall to begin with, it was just a bunch of bricks set up on here. And inside, there is a small little chest on the far end of this part here. Yeah, I realized real quickly I was probably not supposed to reveal that part, but whatever.
Yep. Oh well. That's
All right, time to check the chest.
So, who wants to open it?
Time to check the check.
Yeah, I'll face check this.
All right,
Okay,
so
oh,
you
no.
open it up.
Wait,
You
maybe
open
you
it
let.
up. And...
I was about
Yes,
to say,
and
let me
maybe
use
let-
my lock picking tools to check for traps.
And I was gonna say, and also maybe like let the druid like see if he can detect traps as well.
Yeah, I already opened it.
I forgot you guys had
Open
those.
it, oh
That's
no.
the only reason. That's the only reason I wanted to open it first, is because I didn't think we had things to not have to eat this. So I'm like, if someone's gonna eat this, let's let it be the paladin.
Yeah, but no. How about no?
Then I'll wait, and you can make the check.
Well,
It's alright.
don't waste a spell slot for this. I can probably
Damn
get
it.
this done.
Never mind.
All right,
Disregard
so
that.
you go attempt to unlock it, and you realize that there isn't really a lock on it to begin with.
So it's a
And you
box.
Go ahead. Huh?
So it's more of a box than a chest.
Yes. Well, it is a chest, but it's not locked with anything.
Okay, but that raises the question: what's in the box? What's in the box?
Well,
let's
when
check.
you open the box, you see a plethora of silver pieces inside. The coins of which have the face of the late Duke on them. And Nimbus know this automatically because he lives in Perone. These are just flat out, like, the most recent currency. They actually look pretty much almost mint condition.
So what? They have a mint down here too now. This is the money we use here.
Oh, maybe this is like their stash or something. Like, oh yeah, remember we heard they had like a fight or something, and like the girl and this guy you've been talking about or whatever. They try to like crash at Miranda's place, and Miranda told them to go away. Maybe this is the money they had.
Well, could be. That means they're probably going to come back here at some point.
It's mine now.
Mine now, he says. I love it.
So, in this chest, overall, it is 800 silver pieces.
Do I know if they use this currency anywhere outside of Perone?
I'm going to say, as a general rule of thumb, there is sort of a currency, there obviously is sort of like a currency value, but because this is a fantasy world, only like people in the higher ups of like society would have access to the information of how much this can be converted into other currencies.
So a banker.
So don't
Pretty
worry,
much, yeah.
they're just silver pieces with like a Perone flair to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like
Got a cheeky little cat
not,
winking on the front.
It's not like Bitcoin where you can just look up what the current price is. You know, you actually have to go to a bank to check up on the price of these things.
It's not a cat, it's
Oh.
the former Duke, so it's a human.
Yeah.
So for
Oh, yeah.
lack of a better term, these are just 800 silver pieces.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like it's Perone and silver that equates to 800 silver pieces.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, John.
Mm-hmm.
What species was the first Duke?
The first Duke was a human. And all of them have been humans up until Petals.
Oh, that doesn't bode well.
I mean, that whole debacle's already been up in the air for a while now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's any other place we could realistically go that isn't an exit. You think we should try and set up an ambush for those two?
we still have more room to investigate.
Yeah, but we
But
are
it's dark in there.
We
starting
have
to
dark
get
vision.
pretty deep in here, though.
But it's dark in there.
Well, we come so far. Like, if they're here, then we got a few places left to look.
That's okay. I think I'll be the gentleman and go in ahead of you. Hold the door open, so to speak.
What is
All right,
that?
so
Darling.
so I like how can I just say out of character, I do appreciate that for this session, Nimbus is possessed by the spirit of Sylvando, and I appreciate it.
He's not dead, though.
You weren't supposed to figure that out.
But anyway, what door would you like to go next?
Is this a door right here?
Yep.
Well,
Yes.
let's check it out.
All right, this is room letter. God damn it.
Letter, goddamn it.
8. Yeah.
We lost Chris.
This is room number N.
Hold on. Chris vanished. Oh, there he goes. Good?
Well,
Okay, you're back.
okay.
We
Alright,
found
so-
room number N.
Yeah, I know, number N.
Number.
Yeah. So, this room, rather wide, but it's like filled to the brim with various different scraps of trash, paper, even some plant matter. And the second you open the door, you actually hear a squeak sound.
So,
Yeah, pretty much what Chris just did.
so a rat.
Yeah, you hear a rat, actually. In fact, yeah, you definitely see a rat sort of like scavenging around the paper.
Oh shit! A rat!
I kind of wanna.
You're gonna go investigate it?
Well, yeah, it's a rat. And
Alright,
I
so...
can animal speak.
Alright, you speak with animals. With your animals speak.
Yeah.
That animals can understand. And, when you go up to this, you get its attention, and when it crawls out of, the pile of paper, you notice it has crystals on its back.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It stares at you for a moment, and then his eyes sort of blink as it recognizes you, and then it gets up on its hind legs and then just waves at you guys.
It's,
It's a friend.
it's one of the dire rats?
one of the small ones that got infected, quote unquote.
I remember you. I remember you, but out of character, I don't remember the name. Maybe.
I remember you
Pepper?
too.
Is it Pepper?
It's just
No,
paper.
I
How'd-
am not the one called Pepper.
I'm sorry.
How'd you get here?
We're expanding,
Oh,
exploring more ground, but we won't harm anyone.
That's good. I'm glad.
You are on another continent. How did you get here?
He just said they're expanding.
Yeah, fuck
A
off,
boat.
Jesse.
Yeah, he pretty much says that device you call a boat.
Did
You can
someone
still-
bring you here?
Come
Huh?
a long way.
We snuck on, but we know where all of us are at all times. And you realize, like, even though they're good now, they're still like have a
Hive-minded.
hive mind link with each other.
Yeah, they're just not like in a paralytic.
They're not
like,
mindless.
yeah.
We're
I'm-
almost everywhere now.
I'm getting
Um,
such horrible flashbacks.
Are there
Rats.
Stop!
Okay.
All right.
are any more of you guys around this area right now?
Just me.
Huh.
I've been
So,
trying to collect all the paper, but then I saw a few people pass the other day,
Oh yeah.
and he sort of like points towards his right, and he goes, I saw them go this way, but you need to beware of the rotten ones.
Rotten ones.
They
Sewer rats.
smell really bad.
Are they like people or?
I'm not sure.
Hey, bye.
uh, eventually, it sort of like tweaks for a second, as you know, its animal brain reminds itself that, oh, he's here to collect the paper.
Hey,
The paper. I want to know what the paper is.
The
Hey,
papers are just like various scraps of like writing paper and trash and plant matter.
The Perone
Aw.
top names.
Yeah, basically, you with your detailed more so than you ever wanted to have of memory of the lab, Nimbus. You know that these rats scavenge for supplies to sort of make a functional commune, and so you can probably guess he's trying to find like supplies for wherever they've hold themselves as their home in Perone, anyway.
I see.
all right.
Well,
so
at least this time there isn't a sorcerer, a giant rat king, and a gnoll talking down to me.
Oh God. I mean, at least the Knoll talking down to you is like more so on your side than the other two. But anywho,
Is he really? Go ahead.
anywho, so unless anyone else has anything they want to ask the rat, I think we might just kind of wrap this part up here for now.
Can you tell Pepper and everybody else that we're doing okay and that we kind of sort of miss them?
Yeah.
It goes silent for a second. For a very long second, it just stares off into the distance. And you see a tiny little bit of a glow on the back of its, like, small crystals. And then eventually the glow fades away, and he goes, Pepper misses you guys, too.
Aww.
That's nice of him.
Her.
Her? Her.
Well, yeah. Like, never mind. Well, yeah, I think if that's everything, then Crudez is going to thank the rat. Thanks for chatting. This might be weird, but can I pet you a little, just a little?
We allow pats from everyone we trust. We remember you, Crudez.
Aw, well, thanks.
And it sort of like takes the opportunity to basically crawl up your leg and into your arms.
Aw, and just pet the rat.
It
That's sweet.
squeaks.
Yeah. All right.
And in the meantime, while this is going on, Fox is pretty much like, wait, what's going on?
He's a druid. He can talk to animals. He's talking to the rat.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he just gives Tox a thumbs up, just like, yeah.
I have never seen this one before.
He's a friend of ours. He's good people.
He is
He's a-
large, like those in Drac.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he is from Drac.
Yeah.
Why am I saying like I can't fucking talk to them? You take care of this.
I mean,
You're
I
doing
imagine
translation.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
I
staying
imagine
quiet.
That, like, I imagine that, like, whatever the rest of the party says, like, Crudez is just, like, relaying to him anyway. Yeah, that's. I think at this point we've said just about as much as we want to say right now, so I think we'll just kind of bid farewell to the rat for now and just be like, bye, see you later. You guys take care of yourselves, okay?
Be safe, Crudez, and know that we will be everywhere very soon and will help you whenever we meet again.
I'm glad.
But now I must go. My people need me. They teleport.
And he goes, like, dives back into, like, the paper pile.
I love this.
So anyone else find it a little bit disturbing that the rats are expanding that far? Also, the fact
Definitely.
I mean, they're good at least, and they want to help us. So he just kind of shrugs.
The rats will be instrumental to stopping the apocalypse.
Oh god, the rats will be key to stopping whatever this is.
This is plus 100 in the war effort.
The war
the mighty
I figured
101.
Gray would've-
they're like the they're like the Shadow Broker spy network, but they're just rats.
Oh
Yeah.
god. I mean,
I mean, hey, they're gonna be global, and we get a couple of druids to house them, and we have ourselves the internet.
yeah. Oh,
God, you're right.
I love it.
I hate that and I love it.
We'll have our own freaking spy network. It's gonna be awesome.
It's the WWN, the Worldwide Nest.
Worldwide nest work. Yeah.
All right,
All
so
I
right.
do probably need to ask now. It's 1:30 where Will is.
oh, I know
Yeah.
we're ending it soon.
Yeah. I
Would
I
you like to
figured-
end it now, or would you like to check out the other rooms?
Let's.
I
It is
personally,
getting a little close, but let's check out the rooms before we end it. At the very least, let's get to a
Let's
good.
Alright.
maybe do like one or two more.
Yeah.
I was
Well, there are exactly 2 more rooms. One here and one here.
I mean, I was gonna vote personally that like maybe now would be a nice place to kind of stop for now, just because it's like, oh hey, we got a nice little positive note to end things on before we go. I don't
But let's
know.
end on a
It's up to-
bad note. Let's end on combat.
Boss, why do you torture me?
Because
All right. So, which one of these do you want to
maybe
check
save that for
first?
after stream. Sorry, what?
Which
yeah,
one of these
room-
do you want to check first?
This one.
All right. That is P, and then I realize P was not written on.
It was.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
it
of
went
course
all
you
the way
can't write
down
on
here
P.
because I messed up. Okay.
What was that, Chris?
All
Huh?
right.
What?
So
What
as
was that,
you,
Chris? Sorry.
yeah, please shush.
Yeah.
So when you open up P, yeah, it did it the first time. Okay. It's a very, very small room, but in it, it is a small, dark-colored crystal. And as you open the door, or at least on the way to you opening the door, Nimbus, you have the dagger, yeah?
I do.
The eyes on the skull part of the hilt begin to light up, and then it starts making like a sort of like noise,
My kin, it's
and
time.
it's continuing to sort of like make that sort of like higher pitched wail as it's like brought close to the crystal.
I see. It's finally time for me to meet my brethren.
Mm-hmm.
I'll present it to the door.
I mean near the crystal, but like in the
Yeah.
general area of the crystal, it's sort of like making that noise.
Sorry.
When you bring
I'll-
it to the crystal, it continues to like light up more. In fact, it gets slightly louder the closer you get it to the crystal. So it's like you move the dagger back and forth to like examine it.
Plug your ears, comrades. You can tell this is going to get very loud.
I will move myself down a little bit further down this way, so I'm not right next to the other door.
All right, so what would you like to do? I
gonna
also
keep-
like to point out that just real quick, this part right here where I'm pinging is also a door. So like right in front of you.
And we'll move down here.
Interesting. Well, Nimbus is kind of mesmerized by this, so he's still walking the dagger closer to the door and seeing if it changes its reaction at all.
So let's see here. Get back up here. All right. So as you sort of like examine the door itself and put a hand on it, a wall starts to slide. Slide over here, actually. And as it slowly starts to open, that's where we're gonna end it.
No.
I can't believe you just cockblocked Nimbus like that. He was about to sit there and go, "Oh, it's so cool! It's like a secret passage from one of those stories," and then it's like, "Nope." Next
But
week.
I will leave you with this. When you open as it's slowly opening, you swear, just for a second, that you see a bit of a red glow of a pair of eyes. Several different pairs of eyes. And now we're gonna end it off there.
Please tell me it's not another Rat King.
No.
The Rat King is dead. You
Hey.
killed him.
Praise the Rat Queen instead.
Please. Now I'm just imagining a bunch of brainwashed rats in that voice going, "Yes, Queen."
No.
No, they say it normal. They say, yes, queen.
See, you said they say it normal, like
They say
It
just
wasn't-
yes, not yas.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'm gonna
When
stop the
you-
recording because this is almost 4 hours long.
Yeah. All right.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys for watching, and next week we get to finish this off.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed yourselves.
I'm
I
gonna
hope so too.
I'm gonna chop a foot off.
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
Later, guys.
He probably will. Bye.